Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome aboard.
June 11th. It's a gorgeous day. Gorgeous day in June. And we have a special walking tour today involving none other than Bob Dylan.
We'll just call him Bob from now on.
Yeah, we're going to do a Bob Dylan walking tour. We're going to visit, many. I think it's like 15 different spots associated with Bob Dylan in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And of course, Hudson is here.
Hudson's here.
Oh, look at this. He has a
He's
little
here.
itch.
Guys, the chore today. Hey, George, Fenny West, Toilet Brush Salesmen are all on the count. Dean X. Welcome aboard. Dave Jeffrey, Niagara Falls. Lori Lou, New Jersey. Bob Dylan, today we're talking. Stephen West. Mike Wallen, Emoji Game Strong. Hannah Murray on the count. Guys, Ronnie C. Bob Dylan.
James, give the current temperature for everyone if you
Current
could.
temperature right now is about 81. It's a summery day in the West Village. 79. Clouds
79.
are around. Yep, 79. Air quality is a little worse, if we're going to give that. That's about an 84 today.
AQI.
Right, AQI. Hudson's here.
Because we know our AQI
Yeah, no
now.
more smoke today. No more smoke, right? Hey, Raph, Nick G, popping in. Who is Bob Dylan? Yeah, George, right? Remember that? Guys, your task for today in the chat, and Nick G, if you could pose this question every now and then, or George, in the chat, what's your favorite Bob Dylan cover? I'm going to list two for mine. Van Morrison, It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. It's the only time a piano to me sounds like raindrops hitting a window with the Memphis Blues again. Those are my
Extra
two
good.
favorite. Now, Karla's going to take you through the Bob Dylan walk. We got lots of little stops.
Lots.
I want to mention
extra good.
the Van Morrison song for Mr. Thomas, right here, our first stop.
Right.
And I'll talk about that as we go.
Right. So, our very first stop. Now, regardless of whether you're a Bob Dylan fan or not, this is the walking tour for you because it not only highlights spots associated with Bob Dylan, but a lot of historical spots that if you like folk music in general, if you like music in general,
let's go behind
if
you.
you like Manhattan in general.
Yeah, just right here. Get a nice view.
So the very first spot that we're going to talk about is none other than White Horse Tavern, the iconic White Horse Tavern. Now, White Horse Tavern has been in business since 1880. Now, I'm going to show you its gorgeous neon sign. Let me just show you its gorgeous neon sign. Look at that neon sign. It's made by the Allen Sign Company. Allen Sign Company, because every neon sign has a maker mark on it. Like if it's historic, and this sign is historic, it will have what they call a maker mark. So the creator of the neon sign would advertise his company. So this is made by the Allen Sign Company, and it's double-sided. It's gorgeous. Now, the White Horse Tavern is housed. Let me back it up. Let me make not so close. The White Horse Tavern has been in business since 1880, and it's housed in one of the few wood frame structures in all of New York City. Yeah, but I'm going to just show them right here. This is a wood frame structure. It's on the corner of West 11th Street and Hudson Street. And of course, none other than Hudson the dog is here to show you the spots because his name is Hudson and we're on Hudson Street. So you might say, well, why is White Horse Tavern associated with Bob Dylan? And I'll tell you why. Bob Dylan was a fan of the poet Dylan Thomas. And in fact, Dylan took his stage name after Dylan Thomas. You know, because Bob Dylan is not Bob Dylan's real birth name, like his given birth name. That was Robert Zimmerman. But he took the name Bob Dylan after Dylan Thomas. Now, Dylan Thomas was a patron of White Horse Tavern. And in fact, it was the last spot that Dylan Thomas had a drink at. In fact, he had many drinks at before he died, sadly died in 1953. He was drinking at White Horse Tavern and then he stumbled back to the Chelsea Hotel, and sadly he passed away. Now they have a room dedicated to Dylan Thomas here at the White Horse Tavern. It's this back room. I'm going to show you through the. It's this back room. Hold on, I'm going to show you. It's this back room that you can see. You could enter through here. There's a neon sign in there too. It's kind of reflectile, and there's a big screen TV. In fact, they're blocking it with the tennis match, but it's the back room. There it is. You could see the neon sign right there, White Horse Tavern. That is the Dylan Thomas room. And now you can see inside the White Horse Tavern because we highlighted it pretty frequently. And in fact, we highlighted the White Horse Tavern in a live stream not too long ago where we showcased the whole interior. But this is the first stop on the Bob Dylan walking tour because of its association with Bob Dylan. Cole says, are those people inside a zoo? That is funny. Cole, it might look like a zoo, but this is what New York City, because of the pandemic, created an outdoor dining areas. And White Horse Tavern creatively penned theirs in with this, zoo-like fencing. I mean, Cole, you have it's an enclosure, but it is zoo-like. You're right. But what happened was there has been many structures for outdoor dining created by the restaurants during the pandemic. A lot of them are open spots like this. But the problem with this open spot like this for outdoor dining is that when it's not in use, it becomes a homeless shelter. So the homeless have been sleeping in these outdoor dining kiosks and making a mess. Also, it attracts vermin, and it attracts garbage and all sorts of things that are unwelcome. And instead of creating a sidewalk area, they created this penned-in area, which does look like a zoo cage. Cole, you have a very good point. Also home for rats, exactly. So White Horse Tavern said, no, we're going to make a nice enclosure, and then, people will hopefully not be sleeping in it overnight because, we've made these bars, but we made them look like sticks. Gave it a little bit more pizzazz.
Yep.
Oh, hello, AC teacher.
Hey, guys.
Don't feed the animals. At least they tip, unless they tip at least 30%.
Right. So the famous song B-side by Van Morrison, For Mr. Thomas, refers to drinking famously in an Irish bar. That's this one right here.
Right.
5,000 miles and 30 years away.
Right.
For Mr. Thomas, you would laugh if you saw the monograph they made of you. One of my favorite lines of Van Morrison, singing about Dylan Thomas, hence Bob Dylan's namesake. And this is it right here.
The lens thing. See, I asked.
Yeah.
Cole, thank you.
Hey, Carol. Thanks, Cole.
Cole,
all right.
Cole, we fixed
now we
that.
have to go this way, right?
So, James, let's take a note that it has to be this far away.
Right.
For now on, it has to be to the right of where that's
so it doesn't look creepy. Exactly. You don't want it to look creepy.
Keith Haven says we had a White Horse Tavern in Denver, and they had a giant jar of pickled pig's feet. Yikes! Oh, nice. Wow.
Oh, that's So now we have to walk this way, right, to Christopher?
Yeah, Dean X says that's why we in the UK we don't have any outdoor dining areas because of homeless people taking drugs and it become a public toilet. Yeah, that's exactly why these structures are not as welcome in the finer establishments. So, like a pizza place, says, okay, we can't afford to make a penned-in enclosure, but White Horse Tavern, being that it's a little, a little more upscale now, because it's changed hands, and the current owner, Aiton Sugarman, there was a lot of like hoopla that happened when he took over.
Oh, from the side.
When he took over White Horse Tavern, a number of years ago, they were afraid that he was going to ruin the interior. Like it has a lot of original interior
Get over here,
details,
get the camera out.
including beautiful horse head lamps
You'll have to
and
get pretty
stained
close 'cause of
glass.
that.
But he
BMW.
kept the interior.
Yeah. Is it 20 on there or no?
No, this is a
Welcome aboard, guys. We're in the West Village doing a Bob Dylan tour. Yep. Bob Dylan, like him or not, hard to argue that he hasn't been one of the most, at least in the top 5, influential artists, poets,
so we have to wait
writers
till those,
of our lifetime.
Okay.
A lot of people have covered Bob Dylan. That's why if you leave in the comments
Yeah,
your favorite artist and what song they covered of Bob Dylan's,
right,
we'll make a Hudson radio playlist. We have one up and no one ever really
No,
it
but
never
that was
really
just
took off.
that was just like
that
a
was just
test.
like a test. But we'll make a little playlist. Mine too are Van Morrison's It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, and Cat Power, Stuck Inside of Mobile. I always mix those two up. With the Memphis Blues again. And I'm really excited about this walk. I love doing it. Yeah, that's over there. Yeah, that's the next stop. Yeah, you can get a shot. Guys, we're waiting to take a picture of this
It's another. It's
outpost of Dante.
right. Cafe Dante. We've highlighted before,
We'll show you the other one later on.
but I'm kind of waiting until these people kind of move away from the corner. So I'm gonna be patient.
Maybe someone's inside paying the bill. You know, maybe someone's, you know.
It doesn't appear
Oh, here
that
she
way.
comes. Yeah, here she comes. And
James,
you see
you are
it's
so
located
right.
in a beautiful area. Look at these side streets. Nick G, this is one of your favorite areas. Hey, Jack Rabb. Watched the Bob Dylan special on public television last night. It was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle Norton, right. Bob Dylan. Now, you could say, you know, his records aren't always the one you pull out of your collection and throw on when you feel like just some background music. Because you find yourself caught up in it and listening to it, and it's so much more. We have I have every Bob Dylan album CD.
Not all on vinyl, though.
No. Have a couple of vinyls.
We
have
got a
the
nice
Biograph box set.
Yes.
5 LPs, which is essential for a vinyl collection. Bob Dylan's Biograph, 5 LP vinyl.
I think we should.
The other essential is Blonde on Blonde, which we do have on vinyl.
Freewheel and Bob Dylan we have.
Yeah. Freewheeling, Bob Dylan. I'm gonna watch Carla take a picture. Oh, Peter Canetta, When I Paint My Masterpiece, covered by the band. Oh, Peter Cantera comes right off the deck, right off the bench, and names an absolute devastating cover. Nice job, Peter. Nice job. Betty Lavette, Things Have Changed, Bob Dylan cover, entire album of Dylan cover songs. Nice. Freewheeling, Asnap Boy. Not a Surf does a song, Blonde on Blonde, about listening to that album. Cold, nice. Not a Surf. See, I knew our chat is always right on the money, is always right on the ball, and I knew you guys would not disappoint. Let me scroll backwards. Blowing in the Wind, Peter, Paul, and Mary. Carol, another devastating, and it's like of that era. Stevie Wonder, of course. Yep. Stevie Wonder, absolutely beautiful cover of Blowing in the Wind. Barbara Thompson, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower. Yeah. Howie Stream, devastating cover. Jody Grubbs, $10. Amazing place here in a wooden building. Glad to hear about Bob Dylan and Van Morrison. God bless you. Thanks, Jody Grubbs. You know, Jody Grubbs.
Thank you, Jody.
Van Morrison
Look,
was a massive, oh, looks beautiful, a massive Bob Dylan fan.
it's just a perfect. I mean, I
He
think I
actually,
get it
when
from
he
here,
moved to
too.
California, he moved close to
To Malibu.
to be next to Bob Dylan when Bob Dylan was in California.
Right, when he moved to Malibu. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about where
Right.
he
Van Morrison ran into trouble with
James, just watch for your
the
put your glasses on.
with the rebels in Northern Ireland and everything, because he left his parents there when he moved to California, and this was during the Troubles in the whole conflict through that. In
I like this.
the rebels in
I'm gonna
Ireland
get this.
thought Van Morrison wasn't doing enough, outspoken enough about the plight of Northern Ireland. So they had started to like veil threats against his parents. So he had to move his parents to California because of those reasons. And they all lived next to Dylan. Yeah, Hendrix version of Like a Rolling Stone. Love it. You know who does nice Like a Rolling Stone? Titus Andronicus does an excellent angry version of Like a Rolling Stone. The semi post-punk band Titus Andronicus from New Jersey. Patrick Stickles on vocals on Like a Rolling Stone.
I'm gonna get one more photo, guys. Bear with me.
Let me know in the
Patience-
chat if anybody knows
Patience
that
is
cover.
important when taking a storefront photo.
Yep,
You
PL
gotta be
830 says thank you for walking the village. You betcha, we
right,
love it.
James? Wouldn't you say patience is a virtue?
Patience is a virtue. Hey, Dwayne Waldicott, pop it in. Greetings from Edmonton, Alberta. I saw Bob Dylan live in Edmonton 1990. That was
Wow.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and look what I got on today.
Yeah, I got the Bob Dylan. The times are a-changing.
I think I think I can't lose Laura,
Yeah,
James. Do you see Laura?
yep, we got it.
So I think I'm stuck with Laura. What do you
Stuck
think?
inside a mobile with the Memphis Blues again. Guys, we're on the corner of Hudson and Perry Street. The streets, like we mentioned 100
This has
times.
nothing to do with Bob Dylan.
Yeah, the streets we mentioned over here get very, very confusing because 10th Street crosses 4th.
James, just tell me when there's
So
nothing on my
obviously,
lap.
yeah, well,
I had
so let her rip.
no, you can't.
Yep, let her rip.
No, there's somebody walking. See, you know, like movement.
Let's get Hudson some cue cards, Cole says. Oh, LAB saw Dylan at Coachella. That must have been wonderful. Patience is a virtue, right, Asnap Boy? There was a big concert at MSG back in the early 90s, a tribute to Bob Dylan. Yes, I have that recording. Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen, my top two favorite artists. I
extra
saw
good.
both live. Dwayne Waldicott, just listening to the essential Leonard Cohen. Nice. Oh, I'm showing the, yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, we have to reenact the music video. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, let us know your favorite cover of Bob Dylan. Hudson smells the food everywhere. Hey, Daryl, pop it in. Chicago. Tons of people have covered. Bruce Springsteen, of course. There's a nice 1975 recording of Bruce Springsteen doing a tender version of I Want You off Blonde on Blonde, and it's absolutely fantastic. Bruce never really achieved that level of Bob cover after that.
DC322 says also infamous was the crowd booing Sinead O'Connor after the controversial SNL appearance.
Yes.
Of course.
Bob stood by her.
But Bob stood by her. So today's all about Bob Dylan. So one spot down, approximately 14 more spots to go. Exactly.
So why don't I stand over here? Show the end of history.
Too many great covers. The Byrds did it so well.
Oh, yeah. The Byrds, of course.
It's just. Oh wow! Look at all this stained glass.
Yeah, look at all the glass. Yeah.
Oh, this is so pretty. Look at this store.
Yeah.
This is the West Village, has the best independently owned stores. Now this is all about Bob Dylan today, but you know, we'll stop from time to time of anything that
No
catches
photography.
my eye. Wow, beautiful. So, stop number one, none other than the iconic White Horse Tavern. Now, we're going to cover many spots today associated with Bob Dylan. Sorry that we took a little break in front of the
we're photos first.
Dante West Village, but it just was a perfect light. James and I, as professional architectural photographers, you might say, oh, James and Carlo, don't you prefer nice sunny days in New York? And the answer would be a resounding no. We prefer a matte sky, just like today.
Yep.
A matte sky for shooting exterior storefronts, because most storefronts have a lot of glass, and glass is very reflectile. And when it's sunny, all you see is the reflections from like either what's across the street or a car going by or something like that. So a matte gray sky day like we have today, well, it's not exactly a matte gray sky, but there are some clouds around, but more or less it's a matte sky.
Yes.
Is perfect for exterior photography.
Yes.
James and I often, when we have a shoot schedule that's an exterior shoot,
yep.
If it's super sunny when we wake up in the morning and we see that the forecast is for no clouds, we cancel the shoot. We have to cancel it because it's impossible for us to take the photos that we're being hired to take, because we have a certain style to our photography, and we like to keep our style consistently. That's why the clients hire us, is they like the look and feel, and we have to postpone the shoot. So, anytime we live stream and we bring you guys videos on our YouTube channel is when we're not doing our, regularly scheduled work. But, sometimes people ask on the channel, well, do you guys have a set schedule of when you live stream? And the answer is no, because we can't. And the reason we can't is exactly from what I just described to you. A lot of our photo shoots are weather dependent. And we can't predict the weather. That can change in an instant. Think about what happened on Wednesday. We had a shoot scheduled on Wednesday. Now, thank God that one was an interior shoot. It wasn't an exterior shoot. So at any rate, we came out from that interior shoot and the sky was orange because of the air pollution quality. So that's what I'm saying. Things can change in an instant. You never know. So now back to our scheduled video, which is highlighting everything related to Bob Dylan in Manhattan. That's all about today's video. Thanks for joining. If you're just joining in, we're highlighting many of the spots that Bob Dylan frequented in New York City. And we're going to talk about why he frequented them, what the association with him is, and all things Dylan today.
Well, my headache's certainly gone.
Fifi Lee is saying hi from California. Asant Boy says no rain outdoor live stream. Well, we live stream in the rain. In fact, we've live streamed in snowstorms.
Yep.
We don't mind that, but we can't have a photo shoot, a paying shoot for a client during a snowstorm. That generally doesn't work for us. So this is our next stop. Our next stop on our Bob Dylan walking tour is the Lucille Lortel Theater. Do you see that, guys? I'm going to go a little closer, James. A little closer. The Lucille Lortel Theater. Now, the Lucille Lortel Theater is on Christopher Street by Bedford. You see, this is the cross street, is Bedford. This is Bedford right here. This is Bedford. It's a beautiful, narrow, tree-lined street in the West Village. Now, the Lucille Lortel Theater used to be called the Theater de Lys. That's D-E-L-Y-S. And in 1963, Bob Dylan saw the Brecht three-penny opera and was so inspired by it that he wrote the song, inspired in the Brecht three-penny opera, there's a song, Pirate Jenny. And that, listening to that Brecht three-penny opera, and in particular the song Pirate Jenny, led Dylan to write The Times They Are Changing, Mr. Tambourine Man, and A Hard Rains Are Gonna Fall. Now, I want to show you that there's stars related to the theater on the ground here, and there's a star for Brecht. There's Jones on our Romulus Linney. Horton Foot.
There it is.
Oh, here's the Brecht. James found it.
It's a little worn.
Bertolli Brecht. Bertolli Brecht. So, and look, Sam Shepard. Of course, you've heard of Sam Shepard. David Mamet. All very, very, very famous theater people. Playwrights. Tennessee Williams. Look at that. Tennessee Williams. But it was Bob Dylan came to the Lucille Lortel Theater. At the time, it was called the Theater de Lis. And he saw that Brecht play.
Look, the author that wrote all those great westerns,
Ring Lardner. Jean Genet.
He's over here. But, so, yeah.
When it was called the Theater de Lis, he saw the Brecht Three-Penny Opera, and he was inspired by the song Pirate Jenny. Now, was anybody familiar with that? Are they familiar with that Brecht Pirate Jenny? Yeah, it's a mini version of the Walk of Fame, exactly. Stuart Bryce says Hudson's
it's a
the star.
playwright Hall of Fame.
Right, it's a playwright Hall of Fame. Look at Hudson. Hudson's like, I'm a star, I'm a star. You are a star, sweet boy.
He gets his own star.
Hudson should get his own
It
star.
would be this one right here, the biggest.
Right, the biggest star, right there. Yeah, so look at that. Look what's playing now at the Lucille Lortel Theater. Notice, aviso, recording devices prohibited.
Yeah,
So you can't go in there and start recording.
But you could just imagine Bob strolling in here.
It was really cool. Oh, unstable, James.
I was thinking of doing
Wonderful.
Outside of my means, above my means, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, guys, I don't know why we had a little transmission unstable there, but we seem to be back.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Guys, we're on Christopher Street now, just
Can
off
you
Bedford.
hear us?
Let us know. Happy Sunday, Cafe
No, that's
I-7.
old.
Yeah, maybe we lost our chat, but welcome aboard.
I'm going to try to see if we can get it back.
Tree-lined streets of Greenwich Village, Bob Dylan wandering around.
Still on that.
What a great time.
Let's see. Let's check. I'm going to check. Anything up? Oh, you're back. And the sound is good. Okay, perfect.
Thanks, D-Nex.
D-Nex, thank you so much for that. Sometimes we need a little prompting.
Yeah,
So we're looking Sheridan Square.
yeah, straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
And remember, it's off to the right a little bit.
Yeah, got it. I'll recognize it. Oh, what cell carrier do you use? Lee Anglem. We actually have 2 cell carriers. Right now, I am streaming on...
Pathmark.
we are streaming using T-Mobile, but we also have AT&T wireless. So if something goes terribly wrong with T-Mobile, we can switch to AT&T wireless.
We got a free CD in the Family Circle magazine
Yeah. But
a while ago.
when we started our live stream, T-Mobile was giving us the best service, so we went with that. But
Redbook
it changes,
magazine
you
gave
know?
us a free CD of AOL,
Yeah, exactly.
and we're still using that, right?
Oh, look at that cutie.
Yeah, Shaggy guy. Look at the beasties over there.
Oh, Christian Hansen saying hi, Aunt Carla and Uncle
Honey, look.
James. Yeah, I saw that. But
With
I don't,
Danny Clinch. Yeah.
you know. Oh, guys, I want to show you a gem that has nothing to do with Bob Dylan, but look at this old building. And I want to show you these little stars. You see the star right there? That is helping hold up the building. That is a little star that has there's the joint to help hold up the building. And when you see those, you know that it's an old building. I just love pointing those little
Let's walk
gems
down
out.
Grove, because we just did this.
But Sheridan Square we're
Yeah, that's
looking.
right. Yeah, I know.
But we're on Bleecker now. Do you want to skip that one and go to the next?
No, we're
'cause the
going to do
next is
Sheridan
Jones.
on the way. No, then we just loop back.
Okay,
That's what I'm
fine.
saying, go down the road.
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go down a different way.
And then come back to Bleak.
Right. We're on to our next spot for Bob Dylan. So we've highlighted already 2 spots associated with the amazing Mr. Bob. We'll just call him Mr. Bob. What do you think of that? Bob.
Mr.
You know, we're on familiar terms now.
Yeah.
DC322 didn't know that. DC322 thought those stars were just purely decoration.
Yeah.
No, those
No,
stars
it's a playwright,
are have a purpose.
Playwright Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they're no. The stars on the building, they're helping hold it together.
Yeah, to tie it all together. Yeah, of course.
It's the joint that ties
But
it
now we
all
go down
together. Yeah, but can we go on the not scaffolding? You know, like in the restaurant, you know, Hudson. No, but food.
Here's one Sheridan Square up here.
Perfect.
Remember, it's like a little,
It's just a little further down.
yeah, and then a right at the monastery.
Precisely. Oh, Texas Tickler saying Guten Tag from Hamburg, Germany. Oh,
Hey,
extra good.
Hamburg in the house. Guten Tag.
Now,
Wunderbar.
guys, these places,
Bitte.
I want to show you, these places have nothing to do with Bob Dylan, but these are also amazing performance venues. Arthur's Tavern and Marie's Crisis. Again, nothing to do with Bob Dylan, but amazing history in and of itself, because Thomas Paine died on this site. None other than Thomas Paine died in 1809, right at this location, Marie's Crisis. Because it's not really,
Oh,
it's not a bar. It's a jazz.
club, right?
Right, but it's about Bob Dylan today.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna, get too sidetracked. We're trying to maintain focus. Oh, looks like they're tearing down that building.
Yeah, one
Look
of
at
my
that
favorite
old building,
buildings,
guys.
yeah.
Looks like they're getting ready to tear it down. That's very sad.
Yeah, I love that odd-shaped building.
Yeah. Guys, see what happens is they tear down these little low buildings and then they build, something big and tall. So I hope that's not what's going to happen at that site, but
Right.
I'm a little fearful for it. We are in a historic district, so they might not get approval to tear it down, James. Now, guys, we're going to be back at this very spot in the near future, because the end of the month is all about Pride. It's the Pride Festival, and that's gonna be like the star of the Pride Festival is right here, where the stone wall is down the street. See, this is the other boucherie location, but I like the one.
Yes.
And look at that, One World Trade Center.
Yep. Looking beautiful.
Boy says big and tall and extra bad. And I don't know where all that music's coming
He's
from.
playing a keyboard over there.
Oh, you think it's problems or?
No.
I think not, right?
I think it's so far.
Yeah, I think it's distorted as well. Guys, we always have to be mindful when music is playing that YouTube doesn't tell us that it's copyrighted. But I think we're okay. I'll just keep on talking, and I think it's kind of scratchy sounding, so I think we're all right. Here we go. Major Minis just sent us $9.99 super sticker. Oh my God, Major Minis, that's so sweet of you. Let me properly thank you. Let me give you a proper thanks right here. Major Minis just sent
Major
us
Minis.
$9.99.
$9.99. That's a fantastic job.
Thank you,
Thanks for the love and
Major
support.
James
Hudson gets a sneeze and a treat.
Uh-oh. James, the treat bag fell out.
Uh-oh.
We forgot the treat bag.
Oh.
Oh no, we'll have to buy some treats for Hudson.
We're going to get some treats for the Hudster
Should I be running into Gristides and buy him some treats?
after we do our next stop.
Okay.
Bob Dylan. Friends are not always your friends. Exactly, Patricia Scowen. The sky ain't yellow, it's chicken. A lot of great Bob Dylan quotes. Here we are. We're going to cross over this way. Watch the bike.
And we can't forget about that plaque, okay?
Yep.
So guys, we're coming up to the site of our next Bob Dylan location, which is 1 Sheridan Square. Let me show you the outside of the building.
Yeah, look at that painting above the door. The strip.
Here we are at 1 Sheridan Square.
I love that glass on the transom light there.
Now, 1 Sheridan Square is where Bob Dylan once resided. He lived on the 4th floor with then folk mother Nicky Isaacson, and 1 floor below where he lived is where Susie Rotolo's mom lived. And that's how he ended up meeting Susie Rotolo and started dating her. And if you recall, if you're a fan of Bob Dylan, you know the album Free Willin' Bob Dylan has a picture of Bob Dylan and Susie Rotolo on the cover. We're going to actually visit the site of where that photo was taken, but this is where he met Susie Rotolo, at 1 Sheridan Square, when he was living on the 4th floor. Let's count up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
4th floor. With
there's some
Nicky Isaacson. And wait a minute, there's more.
song lyrics.
You thought that was it. We're at 1 Sheridan Square, which is right on the corner of Washington Place and Barrow Street. This is also where Cafe Society was.
Yep.
The first non-segregated music club in American history was located right in this building. Founder Barney Josephson, a courageous shoe salesman, started Cafe Society in 1938. Famous people like Eleanor Roosevelt, Charlie Chaplin, Piet Mondrian visited the wrong place for the right people. And Billie Holiday, none other than the Billie Holiday, made her debut at the Cafe Society Club in 1944 with her song Strange Fruit about lynchings in the South.
Summer winds bear a strange fruit.
And the Dutch artist Mondrian was inspired by the jazz club Cafe Society when he created his most famous modern painting about New York, Victory Boogie Woogie.
Nice.
The painting and Cafe Society stand for freedom. And they put up this plaque. It was presented by the city of The Hague in the Netherlands Club of New York. And it's really cool history. And also, look at this, see? Cafe Society, look, there's Billie Holiday sings in Greenwich Village. Look, $2 in advance, that's how much it costs to go see her.
Oh my God.
Right?
Charles Mingus Quintet.
Yeah, look who's
Randy
there.
Weston Trio.
Oh
Barbara
my God,
Lang.
what a lineup.
Oh my God.
What a lineup. With Gene Shepard as the narrator. And that was right here, Cafe Society, 2 Sheridan Square. Isn't that amazing, guys?
Guys, you listen to, I'm a big Billie Holiday fan, and we have all the recordings essentially.
Right, and we love Strange Fruit.
You listen to Strange Fruit, and you're like, wow, what a beautiful song. And when you dig deeper and you listen to the actual lyrics of it, you sit down and you listen. You hear what she's saying.
Right.
It's a brutally gruesome song.
Right, lynchings in the South. I mean, that's horrible.
That's the Strange Fruit.
Right.
Is black bodies hanging off trees, being lynched.
Right.
And
right, it's not referring to like a
right.
orange tree or.
And Billie Holiday's gift was being able to make such absolutely horrific imagery.
Beautiful.
An absolute joy to listen to.
Right. Found beauty.
But you got to be careful and you got to hear it.
Right.
Right.
You got to give a listen. You got to give a listen. Is what's important. Don't read a book by its cover.
Right.
Says Mr. Hudson.
Like I remember in the movie 9.5 Weeks with Kim Basinger and Mickey Rourke.
Right.
He takes her to a houseboat at the 79th Street Boat Basin.
I have Mr. Hudson.
And they may be preparing to have an assignation there. And he puts on Strange Fruit.
Oh.
And I'm like, my God, what a terrible... So the people who made the movie probably never listened to you know, the whole thing. You get the point. It's not a good love
Let's
song.
go back to Jones Street.
Not a good.
Or let's go on West 4th. What do you think?
Right. Maybe some Marvin Gaye or something, but. Yeah, let's go. Now we're going to.
We're going to go to by Record Runner first.
Gotcha.
You know, we'll make the turn
and
and
then
then.
go down Jones, right.
Exactly.
Right. Could you we'll have to look out for a Hudson?
Right. Yeah, we'll have to. I can't believe I forgot our treat bag. I mean, it's tantamount to
Abuse.
committing a dog abuse. Is forgetting the Hudson treat bag.
There's an hour of Bleecker Street in Lexington used to be?
Yes. Well, not the original.
No,
That was
yeah,
on
yeah.
Bleecker Street. Right. Andy Wood says, Gorge wants a smooch from Norman Ross. Justine is saying hi to HC teacher. Eugene McGeever is watching right now from the UK. I want to show you a little gem. This has, again, nothing to do with Bob Dylan. But look at this. This is one of the smallest homes along the street. Look at that. One story. Isn't that the coolest? And there's the 2-story next door. Isn't that awesome? Michelle Norton just made herself eggs and salsa. Salsa. Eggs and salsa.
Yeah.
That sounds...
Everybody just likes saying salsa.
Salsa.
Seinfeld reference of the day. First one.
So guys, now we are going to go. You remember, I was talking about Susie Rotolo, and 1 Sheridan Square is exactly the spot where Bob Dylan met Susie Rotolo. And now we are going to showcase the cover of his album, Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. And that was taken right here. Right here. I mean, I'm standing on the very spot where they took the cover. It was Bob Dylan and Susie Rotolo. I'm going to show you what the cover of the album looks like because they're selling it at this record store.
It's very faded.
It's very faded.
Right here.
Right in front of this store, which is now a record store. It's called Record Runner, but they stood right in this spot, like pretty much directly in front of where the Record Runner is.
And the buildings match up.
Okay, well, it's just, no one can see it. There we go. So I got to stand a little bit further back. It doesn't like me to stand too close. So this is where they stood, Bob Dylan and Susie Rotolo, and
on a snowy morning.
On a snowy morning, and shot the cover for a Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. No, not over here. We gotta, you know, so everyone can hear you. I would add to it over here. Here is perfect.
All right. Now
so add to that, Gene.
The cover has Bob looking very uncomfortable with Susie holding on to him, because Bob's very, very independent in his pose and body language. Nothing's random with Bob, you know that.
Right, everything's thought out.
Everything's thought out. There's always a double message or some,
as they call it, a double entendre.
Yeah, he used that particular photo. There's many outtakes because it shows how independent he was, and he wasn't going to be anybody's arm candy. No one was going to guide him on his career. He was fiercely independent, and he is to this day. Beautiful tree-lined street. It's a snowy morning. Youthful optimism. Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. That's the best way to describe that cover. Youthful optimism. Absolutely beautiful.
Okay, so now, within a stone's throw away from West 4th Street, where they did the cover, the photographer took that famous picture that became the cover of the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, is an amazing music store that's been in business since 1958, and that's called the Music Inn. We're gonna right. No, I'm gonna stay across the street so everyone can appreciate it even better, because I think we'll have better service right here. So, this is the Music Inn. This music store has been in business since 1958, and Bob Dylan frequented this music store right here. Frequented this music store. Now, it's a great music store. I encourage you to go inside it, because It's not the same owner that owned it back when Bob Dylan was a customer, but the current owner is not only a musician himself, but he makes his own instruments, including the zither, but he also sells music instruments from around the world, like the didgeridoo, and all sorts of percussion instruments.
Fretless,
a fretless guitar. I mean, it's really amazing. And that's him sitting in the chair right there. He's sitting in the red chair in front of the store.
Yeah, the red chair.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
now, it's funny. Bob Dylan used to go in here all the time.
Right, to the Music Inn.
And the owner said the only reason Bob Dylan would go in there was to make sure they were carrying his albums. And he never really bought anything there.
Right. Never purchased any.
Never purchased. There. But the owner would always joke that we have to go back around.
No, we have to go to his apartment.
Yeah, and then over to the guitar store.
Exactly.
But that's what he always joked, that Bob would only come in to check on, make sure they had his record for sale.
Exactly. So now we're going to take you to just a few steps down from that. Let's just wait for the traffic. To 161 West 4th Street. So we just got to wait for the traffic. Hold on, guys. Just a few steps down from the Music Inn, which I encourage you to visit. We've highlighted in many live streams before, because I want to stay focused on Bob Dylan today and not get sidetracked like I usually do in usual Karla fashion. It's all about Bob Dylan today. So this is 161 West 4th Street, and Bob Dylan lived in this address, 161 West 4th Street, and this is where he wrote Positively 4th Street. This is it, Positively 4th Street. He lived right here in number 161. Now, of course, it's been modernized. You see, it's been modernized since he lived it. Look, now you got like this keyless entry, but I mean, I'm sure he had just a regular key. Yeah, James, why don't you show him like a key? He probably had
one of those
an old
keys.
Key like this to get in. Now they have the keyless entry because it's been modernized. But when he lived here, it probably had a key like this.
Right. Now, why does Karla have these particular pants on today?
Right. Oh, that's a good chat question. Will they win a autograph?
What's the Bob Dylan connection to these pants?
What is the Bob Dylan connection to why Karla is wearing leopard pants? Oh, I gave it away.
Guys, Karla just made it a hell of a lot easier.
I gave it away.
But this is where he lived.
Answer?
Yeah.
Now he knows the answer. Yeah. I gave it away.
Leopard skin pillbox hat.
Right.
Nice. Now let's go down to Cornelia.
Jimmy Oaks got the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan album signed and framed. Wait, signed by Bob Dylan? Oh my God. Assenboy is guessing that he had a pet leopard. No, that is not why I'm wearing these pants. Wait, do you want to give the answer? Okay, he's not going to give away the answer. He's going to let the chat answer it. Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Leopard skin, pillbox hat, Dwayne Wadika. You have just won yourself a Hudson autograph. Please email us your mailing address so we can send that to you. Stephanie Stern says he wore the same pants.
Yeah, no, Bob was never into glam rock.
Right, he wasn't into glam rock. He wasn't like Def Leppard.
Right.
Like he wasn't like the Def Leppard with the big hair.
Oops, watch it, honey.
Ooh,
you wouldn't see Bob in the front row at a Cinderella concert.
No, like think of Def Leppard. Like they wore pants like mine.
Yeah. Let's go down this way real quick.
Juan L says it's the Bob Dylan interpretive tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait, I didn't really showcase 161 from across the street.
Yeah, go right
so let me show you the whole townhouse, 161 West 4th Street, where Bob Dylan lived in an apartment and wrote Positively 4th Street. So here it is. I'm going to show you from across the street. Now it's none other than the Cherry Box downstairs. Listen, if you want to start a store, if you're a Bob Dylan fan, you can do like, oh, that would be so cool, like a store relating to Bob Dylan. Look, retail space is available in this building. Now I wonder if that person, look, there's a guy up in his apartment now. Look, he has headphones on. I see him up on the 3rd floor. I'm gonna zoom in on him. Guys, do you see him? He's got headphones on. I zoomed in on him. I wonder if that guy that's on his computer, he's got headphones on, if he knows that Bob Dylan lived in his building. I wonder if he knows. What do you think, guys? You think he's even knowledgeable that Bob Dylan lived in the very, like, basically almost like apartment? Yeah, I wonder if he knows. James, there's a guy with headphones on that 3rd floor. Right, maybe he's listening to Bob Dylan with headphones, or maybe he doesn't even know that Bob Dylan lived in that building. What do you think is the answer? Okay, guys, we're gonna do a little impromptu chat. How about these guys, James?
I don't know. They look a little. Yep.
Not these guys. Guys, we're gonna ask a random person if they know who lived in number 161 West 4th
Get
Street.
at least a fair shot. Right?
Fair shot.
Not no. Yeah.
How about this guy?
Here comes a couple.
Okay. I think we can ask.
Yep.
All right. What do you think?
Yep. How are you?
Hi.
Do you guys know who lived right there?
In number 161 West 4th Street. Somebody very famous.
Extremely famous.
Who lives there right now?
No.
No. In
Even wrote a song about it.
even wrote a song
Yes.
about it.
Bob Dylan.
You got it.
He got it. He got it. He got
Oh,
it.
I win.
He got it. I have a
got it.
prize for you.
Yeah.
I have a prize for you.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm nervous.
Uh-oh.
You
gonna be-
win
What do I win?
a pornograph from our very famous, because he is famous. That's his actual portrait. His name
In
is
ink.
Hudson.
Yep.
That's his
Suitable
right,
for the fridge.
That's his
Excellent.
front right paw. This is Hudson.
Fits right there, too.
Goes right there.
Perfect. You win a pornograph
Thank
from
you,
Hudson.
Hudson.
Nice
Says,
job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
We've
then
had
so
younger
now-
folks say, "Who is Bob Dylan?"
Right. We asked
The hell
like
with them.
you know
I know.
like
They don't know anything.
20-year-olds.
Nothing.
know.
Now I have a bonus question for
Okay,
you.
let's go.
Okay, since
Right.
now
Like cat-
Now there's
Yeah,
stickers
I
we
on.
know,
know-
since you're worried
yes.
about
We know
I
that you-
guessed without seeing the shirt.
I know
Subliminal.
I was kind of hiding it. Now why am I wearing these pants? Think about it. Think Bob Dylan.
Oh, a leopard skin cap.
Yep.
Hat.
Pillbox hat.
Pillbox hat. Leopard skin
He
pillbox
got
Get
it.
a sticker.
He wins something.
You guys are fantastic.
Okay.
Restoring my faith.
You're gonna run out of everything. Keep asking questions. You're gonna give us everything in the
Yeah. You get a Hudson
exactly.
bag.
I'm gonna give you cough drops. I mean, what do I got in here? So I got more.
My
Wait,
shirt. No one wants to see that.
this.
There we are.
Here we go.
This is a sticker from Hudson.
Oh, there we go.
Now, his favorite food is pizza.
Excellent.
That's his Hudson Pizza King sticker.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're collecting
famous?
all the valuables.
Yep.
Got it.
Stick around longer, and I mean, you know, we'll be giving you money soon
Excellent.
enough. Right,
Excellent.
And you know
Hudson's
the
like,
Freewheelin' Bob Dylan album cover was shot right around the corner.
Oh, yeah?
right there.
Yeah, that very cover. You could line up all the buildings and everything.
Cool.
You know, where he's
Yeah.
walking in the snow.
Yeah.
So he wrote Positively 4th Street
Yep.
Oh, right.
Only released as a single.
right here.
All right.
We're
Have a
doing
nice
Bob
day.
Dylan walking
Thanks,
tour.
sir.
We're like we're giving all the spots. You know, there's like 15 spots like in this
Pretty
general
close.
neighborhood. Pretty close. All are related to Bob. Oh, actually, there's 16 because I didn't even include. We're gonna do one more.
Yeah.
There's a hotel that he stayed at too. Do you guys live in New York?
No, but what hotel? The Chelsea?
Washington Square Hotel.
Washington Square Hotel.
So did Rolling Stones
Rolling
have a
Stones.
history there.
It's actually it's a family-owned hotel. If you're ever looking for a hotel in New York and you want to stay at not a chain place,
It's affordable, nice.
It's affordable. I mean,
And there's
the
a
rooms
secret roof deck with a beautiful view.
Right.
Cool.
The,
You gotta
the
get the
rooms
Dylan
are,
room.
The room,
Yeah.
You can ask. You can ask for to stay in the room that Bob
You
Dylan
can.
said. You can.
You
I
can.
mean, it's not always available, but you can ask for it. But it's a really nice. We reviewed it on our channel. We went to the room and
Yeah.
we showed the room so you could see that it's
What's your
nice.
channel? Is it on here?
It's
James and Karla.
Yeah, it's on the sticker at James and Karla.
We're live right now.
All right.
They're not.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, they do take service animals, but if you have a dog, they don't. It's not a dog-friendly hotel. But I mean, by law, they have to take a service animal like Hudson. Right.
Thanks for getting Bob Dylan.
Yes, thank you. We are glad that you knew. Bye. Have a great great day.
Yep.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. That was
Yes,
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Guys.
Carla has some private James baby pictures. Oh my God.
Yeah, to give out. Yeah.
Major Minnie says, ha ha ha, that was awesome. Yeah, guys,
Yeah. Let's go over to.
we're always having fun. You mean, guys, the key to staying healthy and young is to laugh.
Yeah.
Guys,
Ah,
you gotta laugh. You gotta be positive.
Sometimes all you can do is laugh.
Right.
Just
Have
like
a positive attitude. That will help. That will go a long way
Yep.
in making your life. You'll have a longer life if you have a positive attitude, and you laugh. And see, that's why James and I, we have fun when we're walking along.
You got
We
a
talk
lot
to
of
people.
nerve.
We, point out places of interest. I mean, as a native New Yorker, I'm a native New Yorker.
Yeah, Odyssey.
Right. I love
There's a Subaru Brat again.
Subaru Brat. I love pointing out, unique places in New York for people to go visit. You don't have to stay in Times Square. You really don't.
No.
You can venture outside Times Square and you can find interesting spots.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
you like?
He prances along.
He
yeah.
prances.
Very
Everybody
macho.
thinks was a show dog and he's from the street. He's a rescue.
Oh my God, he's beautiful. I normally would pet him, but I'm a little gun shy because a dog on our block that I know very well
Oh.
attacked me.
Oh my
Yikes.
God! No, he's like
I
a
got
cat.
bit by an Irish setter.
Yeah.
This was a Borzin, B-O-R-Z.
Oh, they're
Borzoi.
big Borzoi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice dog, and I felt bad, but I was so now I volunteer in a shelter. Now
Right.
But
I'm
this
dog
one-
shy.
Yeah.
Hudson, high five. See, he's very sweet.
Where did
Very
you get it
sweet.
from?
Miami-Dade, because they're illegal there.
They're illegal. They kill like 1,000 a week because they have the breed legislation. And
Adopt, don't
he
shop.
was only 4 months old, and they said he was dangerous. A puppy. I mean, you have him since he's 4 months.
Is that your phone?
Are you filming our block?
Yeah.
We're doing a
Bob Dylan walking tour.
So we were pointing out, we were just staying in Westport Street.
His apartment there,
Yeah.
where they
that's
shot freewheeling Bob Dylan around the corner.
That's right. I was thinking, I'm sorry for a second. I was like, why didn't you go to a recording studio on Asia? Hendrix.
Hendrix.
Yeah,
Electric
he
Ladyland.
Lady.
I
Yep.
don't think he ever recorded there, though.
No.
No. He,
Dylan didn't know.
no, not Electric Lady Studios.
Okay.
He recorded at, what's that place in Midtown? We just were at it.
Hit Factory.
The Hit Factory.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
We asked kids. We were over on by Cafe Dante,
Uh-huh.
and Dylan used to live across the street.
We're gonna go there as part of the tour.
We
haven't
asked
gotten there
we
yet.
asked kids who lived there. They didn't know,
We stayed
and we
right
said
there.
Bob Dylan. They said Bob Dylan who?
They didn't even.
They didn't even know who he was.
I made a comment.
Tragedy.
I made a comment the other day. I don't even know what it was. I said something. I'm 55. And I
Yeah,
said
me too.
some-
Well,
yeah.
we're like the same.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I said something. I don't know what it was. They looked at me and I'm like, you don't even know who that is, right now? Like, no, like never mind. It's
Oh my
too
God.
long for me to
It's-
explain.
It's like.
And how do you not know
It's like
Bob
ex-
Dylan?
and
I
it's
know.
like explaining like what a rotary phone is.
I
I was trying to tell people like, because we have some younger listeners like
Trying to get
when
tickets,
we used to
remember?
try to get tickets for
You had to keep calling. You get the blister.
I'm like, yeah, your finger was like stuck. Like, look at, you see how my finger curves?
Yeah, from
I
Ben.
swear that's from
Getting
from-
concert
Right,
tickets.
that's from me. Maybe
You had to keep calling over and
because
over.
I was like a talker, and I was always using that dial. And I
He
think
has not taken his eyes off of you.
he's my protector. He is.
I'm loving it.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I wish I was just so shy right
No.
now.
No, it'll go away.
This literally happened last Sunday.
You'll build up courage again, and you can call us.
When you walk by, right, you get there's a little. I live on this block. I'm born on this block.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
So
incredible.
yeah, so when you walk down, you'll see a brownstone like with a gating, and they have the
Oh, the dog
beware.
things. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I know
That's
what you.
your dog.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
And then
Yeah, it's just right down this distance at the end of
and
the
then I
street.
found that I asked like a couple of my neighbors were like, yeah, he's bitten.
Oh my God! You should really be wearing a muzzle then.
That's what I said.
Exactly.
Just be careful because if you see
Yeah.
him out there, I
Yeah.
don't want.
I want to show you something. Look what a dog did to Hudson. Do you see this piece missing from his ear?
Yeah.
We were just walking by and a dog
Little
lunged
puppy.
at him.
It was a
Lab-
puppy, you know.
Labrapoodle. You know, like a cross
Look
between
at
a
Hudson's like, don't tell her that.
Yeah, don't tell her that.
I'm macho.
Yeah.
So now, do you guys live up here or do you live in
We live in
Florida?
East Village.
So we're just strolling around.
Well, we are always over here because it's one of our favorite places to walk. It's so beautiful, and there's so many trees. Like it's on a hotter day, it's always cooler over here.
Yeah.
In our neighborhood, it's much hotter
Interesting.
because we don't have as
I'm
many
glad you have
trees.
fun.
Yeah.
Have a nice walk.
This is
James
Hudson.
and Karla.
Bye,
And that's Hudson.
And that's
Bye,
Hudson.
James and Karla.
Yes.
I'm Debbie. Nice
Hey,
to meet you.
Debbie.
Debbie, nice to
Bye,
meet you as
Hudson.
well. We'll see you soon. We can all get Fayecos together. That's our.
Forget it for years.
Yeah.
Zeno's was my cousin. Zeno's Bakery on right across the street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we have photographed it. It's in our storefront book. We have photographed the whole entire Bleecker Street, like from end to
With
end.
Zito's.
Yeah, when Zito's
Murray's was
there,
across the street.
Zito's, we
Murray's
got
used to
their
be
lawn
here.
bread.
Right across the street.
No, Mary's
Yeah.
was on
Right,
Main Street.
Murray's
Right.
was here before it moved
Years
to the
ago.
corner.
Then it
Right.
moved across the street. Then it moved back
Yeah.
over across the street.
Yeah.
And if you ever watch, I don't know how big of what you watch and stuff, but if you ever watch Funny Girl,
Funny Girl. The movie,
Yeah.
She walks. I couldn't remember if it's lady or girl. The young, where she's the younger one.
Right.
And they walk down Henry Street, and she sings "People."
In the Lower East
Yeah.
Side.
Correct. It's supposed to be Henry Street.
Right.
And when you look, because she was such a good friend of Charlie Zito,
Right.
she put their storefront in the movie.
Oh,
And when
cool.
she's walking after she takes the break and
Right.
and he leaves, Nicky Arnstein. Then she starts walking down the street and you see A Zito Bakery.
Nice.
We have a
But it was supposed to be Henry
If you
Street.
go-
Right.
Are you on Instagram?
Yes.
If you go to James and Karla, we
Karla with a K.
have,
Hey,
it's on
John
the-
Xavier.
It's this, James. Oh, here on the bag.
John Xavier.
You'll see we have a photo of Zito's
Bonfilio.
from
That's you guys?
Nice to see you. Nice hearing from you.
Too. You guys are a big deal.
So, I mean, you'll have to scroll through it, but there'll be a photo.
I'm following you
of-
now, okay?
Perfect. Of Zito's Bakery. When you have a chance, you can look through it. And, you know, with the lard bread in the window. I love it.
People who need people.
When we were first dating, like, we didn't have any money. And, like, we would just get, like, that bread and that would be our meal.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that
used to
would-
my meal like 4 o'clock in the morning coming home from the club.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the best.
Before carbs, before we knew about carbs.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm following you.
Bye, Debbie.
Bye, Debbie.
Yeah,
Let me have some
yeah,
water. Hold
Richie
on.
Duke.
I'm
Very,
doing all
very
this
good
talking,
job.
I'm getting thirsty.
Fantastic job on Debbie there.
Can you
That was
imagine? She's born and raised and still lives on this block.
right here.
How amazing is that?
Yeah.
Now
I'll have
that's
a
a
sip.
true West Villager.
Yeah, look at this little cafes and brownstones. Yeah. So we're just walking to the guitar store and we gotta head that way.
Brenda Nelson said you're the luckiest people in the world. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Guys, you know what James and I always say?
Are the luckiest people.
And we are lucky because we are able to, you know, what we do for a living as photographers, we do what we love. And we always say, if you do what you love, then you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And we feel lucky to have met one another.
Yep.
Because it's not like James and I grew up together or
And
anything
Hudson.
like that. Right. You
It was
know,
kismet.
we came from
Wow,
two.
look at Cornelia Cafe.
Oh, guys, this is very sad. This is the site of the old Cornelia Cafe. Now, again,
And
this
remember,
has,
this was a Dylan spot over here too.
this has nothing to do with Bob Dylan. But another famous musician actually got one of her starts here at the Cornelia Street
Suzanne
Cafe.
Vega.
And that's Suzanne Vega. Because they had these kind of like little sessions where you could test out a song and then you could, you know, like the audience would give its feedback and then you would go back and perfect it. And that's where Suzanne Vega got,
Yep.
kind of got her start right here at Cornelia Street
Left
Cafe.
of center.
Sadly, they closed due to a rent increase.
Yeah.
James, do you want to talk about Cafe
We
Fino?
saw, yeah, we saw Suzanne Vega live at the
Left of center.
Irving Plaza,
Right, James? Left
Yep.
of center.
and we stood next to Joe Jackson and Laurie Anderson. Favorite Laurie Anderson song, "Speak My Language." Wong Kar-wai used it in his movie. Now, Carla's gonna. This is a
This is a
mighty
story.
location.
Right, this has nothing to do with Bob Dylan. But again, we're because this is called the Bombay Bistro. This is the site of Cafe Sino, founded by Joe Sino, operated here from 1958 to 1968, before my time, as the birthplace of off-Broadway theater and a pioneer in developing gay theater at a time when depicting homosexuality on stage was illegal. This property was listed on the National Register of Historic Places by the Department of the Interior in 2017. And here he is, Joe Sino, the founder. So, I mean, he altered the world of performing arts worldwide. So, I want to show you the beautiful building that Cafe Sino used to be at. Texas Stickler says, hi, my name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Yeah, that's where she got her start.
Yeah, this is where Suzanne Vega got her start, you know, perfecting her musical prowess at, right here at Cornelia Street Cafe. And sadly, they were forced to close due to a rent increase. I mean, they like tripled their rent. It was like I forget the exact amount, but I think it went from like, I don't know, like under $10,000 a month rent to like $30,000 a month rent. It was something ridiculous. Like but this looks great, Bombay Bistro.
Yeah,
we'll have to check it out. Yeah, let's look at the menu. We've never eaten here, but this is nice to keep in mind because we love Indian food. And do they have aloo paratha? Let's see, chicken tikka masala. That's our favorite. That's our go-to. Chicken tikka masala, $22. Tandoor fired chicken tikka cream tomato sauce.
Let me show them. Look at this, guys.
Look at Hudson's. He's interested in the chicken tikka. Oh, hi, cutie.
How are you?
This is Hudson. He's very friendly. How are you? Thanks. Oh, who's this pretty girl?
This is Lady.
Hey, lady.
Lady. Oh. Is Lady just a puppy?
No, she's 3.5. She only acts like
He's 11.
Oh my God, they love each other. Oh, Lady, you like the big guy, Jim? He thinks he's small, so that they're perfect together.
buddy. Hello.
He's a
11, he
gentleman
looks so
too.
good.
Yeah, he doesn't, he doesn't try to get, fresh with the ladies or anything like that. He's very respectful, very respectful.
Yeah, he's got class.
Yeah, he's got class. He's got style. He's got class.
The savoir faire, right? Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Here's where the dog.
Hudson the Star again. Shaky Dave is saying. Yeah, so this is, we just met Debbie on the street, and this is where, this is the bourgeois that bit her. The borzoi, whatever. Gosh, that's terrible. Property protected by borzoi with attitude. Well, I mean, I guess that's for real. For real, for real. Paul McDougall says, Lady, I feel Lionel Richie's song coming on.
Yeah, lady.
Lady.
That's why.
Oh,
lady.
this way, Matt.
No, it's over here.
Oh, it was this way. Hey, look at that. No, James, come here. Look at that, what is that? Look at this Land Rover. Nick G, you in the chat. Nick G, or anybody in the UK, look at this Land Rover. Nick G is in the chat. Look at this awesome Land Rover. Wow. Look at this vintage Land Rover. Oh, is this like the air conditioning, James? It's a 1977. Wow. Wow, look at that, guys. What an amazing 1977. I'm surprised it's not right side drive. Look, manual transmission, of course, because 1977. Yeah, I know. 1977. Wow. To start, turn key slightly past first click to illuminate orange light. Hold for 10 seconds and then start. They actually wrote that. James, they actually wrote to start the car, turn the key slightly past the first click to illuminate the orange light and then hold it for 10 seconds and then start the car. See, it's complicated, guys. You just don't turn the key. You gotta finesse it. And I guess maybe some other people drive it from time to time. So he wrote on there. No, because they're taking a photo of it. Yeah, I see you. I got two eyes. I got two eyes. I'm watching. $1977. Yeah, Shirley says that's really funny instructions to start up that car. I know, I'm watching. I got my eyes. The late Queen Elizabeth drove Land Rovers. The king of off-roads. A Series 3 long wheelbase Safari, Mark Armstrong said. This is called the Series 3. James, do you want a picture of it? No. Okay. This is called the Series 3 long wheelbase. Wow. Four-wheel drive, there it is. Four-wheel drive station wagon from Solihull, Warwickshire in England. Jimmy O says, gave us $9.99. Hey guys, love the live stream. I emailed you a pic of a framed autograph album I got of Bob Dylan years ago. Keep on keeping on. Oh my God, Jimmy O, that is so sweet. Let me show you, Mr. Hudson. Jimmy O just sent us $9.99, and he sent us an email. I want to say thanks to Jimmy O.
Thanks, Jimmy O.
Really
Fantastic job. Thanks for coming aboard today. Thanks for the love and support. Hope you're all having a nice Sunday.
He sent us an email with that autographed album that he has.
Oh, awesome. Can't wait to see that.
Oh, why don't we put it up on the community page? Would that be okay? Ask Jimmy O if that's okay.
Jimmy O, would that be okay if we posted your photo on our community page? Let us know.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, here it is. Watch out over here. Yeah, there's So guys, this location here.
I'm going to talk about it in a second.
Don't go in the bike lane. Maybe we should cross. Oh, here we are.
What?
Oh,
Guys, 273 Bleecker Street, where we are now, was the site of Matt Newmanoff Guitars. 273 Bleecker Street. It was an amazing guitar store. There's still a repair department open by appointment because Matt Newmanoff actually owns this entire building. So he lived upstairs, and he still has a repair shop above the store. Now, Matt Newmanoff Guitars was frequented by none other than the Bob Dylan. In fact, the owner, Matt Newmanoff, told us a very funny story about one day when Bob Dylan came into the store. Do you want to tell it? Or?
sure.
Okay.
So, Matt Newmanoff's a brusque New Yorker, I would say, wouldn't you?
Definitely.
Definitely a brusque New Yorker. And he said one day this kid came in and started handling the guitars and playing, and he didn't know what he was doing.
But he always the store was famous for, like, you could come in and you could try out the guitars.
That's what it was famous for. And Matt gave him a chance, and the kid,
he was a kid,
young kid, didn't really know.
Not young, like
Right.
teenager.
Right. Well, for us, it's right. Matt Newmanoff said he was just about to go over to him and say, "Okay, that's enough. You know, why don't you kind of leave him alone?" And none other than Mr. Bob Dylan walked in the door and started jamming with the teenager, just having fun. Now you can imagine the scene. Bob Dylan, pretty famous,
right,
with this unknown kid playing. And after a while, the kid just puts down the guitar and walks out.
Walks out of the store.
And Matt Newmanoff is like, "What?" No. Then,
about a week and a half later,
the kid comes back in, and he's all excited,
jumping up and down.
And Matt Newmanoff said that he came back and what are you so excited about? And the kid's like, "I was just in Washington Square Park, and I was jamming with," and Matt Newmanoff said, "some nobody."
Right.
Just some nobody that, you know, he's like, "I heard of him, but he's nobody." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You're so excited that you were jamming with some nobody in the park, when a week ago you actually played with none other than Bob Dylan."
Yeah.
And the kid's just standing there with his mouth open. And it's the way Matt tells it, because Matt's very, you know, he's a New Yorker, right? He tells it very...
a native New Yorker.
Yeah.
Now,
It's like funny how.
And you know what else? Matt Newmanoff Guitars is famous.
Did I do that justice?
Yes, you did it justice. He once sold a vintage Stratocaster. Now, if you're into guitars, you know, I'm gonna move away from this music, James. A vintage Stratocaster. Now, if you're into guitars, you know that Stratocasters are, you know, Fender Stratocaster is a pretty amazing guitar to own. And
Yeah, it's not something you find every day.
right, the vintage Stratocaster is not something you find every day, but Matt Newmanoff once sold a vintage Stratocaster that belonged to Bob Dylan for $75,000 at his store. Now, sadly, the store closed a number of years ago, but we photographed it, and it appears in our book, Storefront: The Disappearing Face of New York. And I can't remember, did we include it in our Storefront New York City book?
Not sure.
I can't remember if we included our photo of it in our new publication that will be out this fall, Storefront NYC. We'll get back to you on that. We only had a certain amount of pages, so we couldn't include like the thousands and thousands of storefronts that we photographed over the years. But I believe we did include Matt Newmanoff, but I'm not sure if it made the final cut.
Where are we heading next?
Texas Tickler says, nice Goodfellas reference. Yeah, exactly,
funny how.
exactly. Funny? What do you mean I'm funny?
Yeah, but that was the same tone that he took with the kid about not, you know. Yes, straight ahead.
Yeah. So
Let's
guys,
go.
we're off to,
We'll go through Moneta to show the back end of that. There was the village community thing.
so guys, I already did. We've already highlighted 8 different places associated with the great Bob Dylan. The Bob Dylan, AKA Robert Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Bree Grams.
See this stained glass work? That was once over Zito's Bakery. You see it?
Right, this was
In the
right.
tile.
It-
See
this
that
was
tile?
this was Zito's Bakery right here.
Look at the tile.
Right.
Stained glass is still there.
Remember, we were talking about the bakery, Zito's Bakery, with
with Debbie.
Debbie that we just met down the street on Cornelia Street, and that's where
Right.
where it was.
Yeah.
Nick G says you learn something every day, and that's why this chat is awesome. It was a Series 3, and the one we had was a 3 also. I always thought it was a 2A. Oh,
Nice.
awesome.
We have wasted at least an hour and a half of now.
Armis Bates is saying salutations, everyone.
Oh, look at this here. What is this all about? Looks like some kind of a sneaker drop.
What is this? I don't know what all this is about. Look, it's like a
Here, let me
frenzy.
go quick.
It's a frenzy over here. What's this frenzy about? What do they got over here? What's this frenzy about? On me. Boutique for kids and family. Line for the Smisky Sani event across the street.
Well, yeah, we're not.
It's some special event. I don't know what it is.
It's for these guys.
Oh,
Lifestyle from
a special.
us, especially growing
It's these little cute little guys.
It's not
Ah.
as densely populated in Queens as it is in Manhattan.
Guys, look at the line. Oh my God, James, the line goes like down the street, across the street. Wow. Guys, I don't know what these things are, but they're obviously very popular. I gotta see how this line is. It looks like there's a line of like hundreds of people to get these little,
It's really long. It goes all the way that way.
oh my God. And what are these things? Like, do they glow in the dark? Do you know what they are?
The Smiskies glow in the dark, but they're also here for Sony Angels, which are just like Japanese collectibles.
Oh, it's a Japanese collectible. Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is like,
Like a
This is-
meetup event. And then,
this
there's
is like the hot
mascots.
thing now, guys. Well, I mean, what do I know? I'm not, I'm not young and knowledgeable about the hot items now, but I've just heard this is the hot item to have.
Wait, and she started the first meetup.
Wait, I have.
Oh my God,
She started the first meetup.
wait, we got the first meetup. She's the head of the first meetup. Well, I'm live streaming now. Do you want to you want to tell what it is?
So it first started as like 10 people who wanted to get together and just like trade Sony Angels, buy Sony Angels together. But then now it's turned into this.
And is that one right there?
This is one Sony Angel. It's a hipper. And then this is like another type. This is from the New York series. It's a little taxi guy.
Is that? Can we show that? It's not going to be X-rated.
Oh wait,
No.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, she's going to bleep out its private part.
Yeah.
You know, just so YouTube doesn't say we're not giving content suitable for children.
Yeah,
You know.
this is what they look like. They come in little blind boxes, so you don't know which one you're gonna get. Hence, like the trade meetup, because like people tend to have dupes. Sorry, there's like a hair in my gum. Oh my god.
Oh, so then like if you have a double, then
Yeah,
you can
you
say,
can trade
oh,
it.
I've got two of these guys.
Yeah.
Are some more like you know, like in my era, and I'll share my age. I'm 54 years old. When I was young, like you would trade like wacky pack stickers. I don't know if you ever heard of a wacky pack sticker, or like puffy stickers. We would call them like, I would call them the googly eyes, or the changies, you know, because they would change colors. I mean, that was like the rage. You know, this is before internet. This is before computers. You know, like there was none of that stuff. We got our thrills from collecting stationery and stickers.
Oh, I still get that. Yeah.
And stuff like that. Then, you know, I mean, dolls, there was like Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's how old I am. Raggedy Ann. You know, there wasn't Cabbage Patch Kids. That's after me. You know, like all that stuff was later. So this would be like the collectible then.
Yeah, the new
And are these like affordable? Like what do they run?
Each blind box is less than $10, I think. Some series are like a little more, but I think the starting price is like $8, $9 for one of them.
Are they all tiny like that?
Yeah, they're all the same size. Yeah.
Okay, so no like giant size.
They have like artist edition statues and all of that are more expensive.
You know, like
but-
claws, you know, like they have the giant claws.
Yeah, it's not that big, but
Okay.
there are bigger sizes, yeah.
All right. And what is your name?
My name is Erica.
Erica, nice to meet you.
My Instagram, my Sony Angel Instagram is Big Apple Angels if you want to check it out.
Big Apple Angel. Oh, and is that on the line? No, they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't put it up on there. Yeah, you have to have them tag you on there. Yeah, because you instituted the meetup. You should be on the sign. See, you got to think marketing, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's all about that. So thank you so much. This is us. We're live streaming now. I'm James and Karla.
Is it like kind of vlogging like daily?
We're on YouTube now, but we're on Instagram too. But mostly we highlight small, independently owned stores. But listen, DM us, because if there's a store that you would like that's like a small, because this is an independently owned store. I know that they have one in my neighborhood. I live in East Village, and if you're ever doing an event again, that would be great. We could do like a little collab. You see, we have a lot of followers on Instagram. We got our check mark. We're legit. But thank you so much for meeting with us. Thank you. Awesome. You too. So guys, look at that line. It's like, I would think what? Is there well over 1,000 people, right? Wouldn't you say like 1,000
Go ahead and
people?
say 1,000, yeah.
I would say at least 1,000 people.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Maybe not 1,000, like hundreds, but.
Reaching 1,000.
Oh, tell me again what the figures are called. The figures.
Sony Angels. They're called Sony Angels.
Sony Angels.
Yes.
That's it. And this is the store where they're at. And it's not S-O-N-Y it's S-O-N-N-Y.
Yeah.
Right. It's not Sony. It's not like the electronics company. We're supporting small business.
Yeah, small
Sony
business.
is
Asian,
big business, right? Perfect. Extra good. So thank you so much. Bye bye. Oh, they were so sweet. Look at Hudson's making
They
friends.
have,
Oh, you do?
yeah, 14.
14 years old?
That's what our last one.
Oh, you have a picture on your phone?
No,
Baby
not a recent
pictures.
One, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I call them the baby pictures.
They're the best dogs.
Great meeting you guys, right?
Nice, yeah, have a nice afternoon. What was all that crowd about?
It's those little figures.
Oh.
It's a collectible. It's a Japanese collectible.
Oh, I thought Brett Summers was in there. Oh, let's see.
Oh,
Guy, man, got him a pup cup.
Oh, look.
Oh my God, got
cup.
a pup cup. Oh, we should get Hudson a pup cup.
Yeah, the whipped cream.
Oh, I made my own. You know, we live streamed it last Monday. I made our own. It's really great. The dog loves them. Frozen yogurt mixed with applesauce and peanut butter, and freeze it for 2 hours.
Just put it in a paper cup and freeze it.
Yeah, you
And
can
then
just
give
use
it
like
to
a
'em.
bathroom-sized cup and put a popsicle stick in it. I mean, I bought like the plastic popsicle things.
Just pretty much eat it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
Dogs
loved
can eat
it.
applesauce?
Yeah, I got the unsweetened, so that, you know, because they shouldn't have a lot of added sugar. So go unsweetened applesauce, and I got non-fat Greek yogurt, but you can use any yogurt. It doesn't have to
he
be
loved
Greek.
it.
And he
Especially when it's
loved it.
hot.
And I mixed it with just like 16 ounces of yogurt,
take it off.
a half a cup of peanut butter, and a third cup of applesauce, and done. He loved it. Yeah,
He deserves his treat.
he deserves a treat.
Have
Yeah.
a good one.
Bye bye. It's nice meeting you too. So
So
guys,
who's in there? Brett Summers?
no, it was it's called Sony, but it's SONNY.
Right.
They're you know, it's kind of like it's the newest thing in Japan
Oh.
to collect these little figures.
I saw the
Some of them
crowd,
will glow in the dark.
and I figured Britt Eklund was in there.
No, we're not finished with the Bob Dylan tour.
Nipsey Russell.
We haven't even. We're not even at the halfway point of the Bob Dylan tour.
Oh, we're getting
You know, in usual Karla fashion, I get sidetracked, guys.
Yep.
We got sidetracked. Oh, gosh, they might be here for the
Yeah, yeah.
Sony meetup. Now
Yeah.
I know the Sony meetup.
That's what it was?
Well, they had those little figures. See, those are the little figures.
Oh,
The Sony
they
meetup.
like those. And then you put ice cream in them?
Right, James, we're going to McDougall, so let's go down Minetta.
Oh, okay,
Right,
yeah. And
this
then
way.
through the, yeah.
This way.
It's right here.
Oh, right. Okay, perfect. It's the heat. I'm getting.
Here it is.
Brett Summers was married to Jack Klugman, and he wouldn't sing.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know, I thought I saw Jack walk by. Jack Klugman.
Steve Gonzalez is saying greetings, guys. Hudson has now smelled Joe's Pizza, his favorite.
Yeah, he's gonna go on a
his
pizza
favorite Joe's
rampage.
Pizza. You can look for his Hudson Pizza King sticker up at the Joe's. Oh my God!
Yeah,
look at this
Nick
Porsche!
G.
Oh my God!
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my God! Look at this! Oh wow! We have to take a photo of that. This
yeah,
is
get
this
the
is a
camera out.
valuable car, guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh!
Sweet Jesus. What do you say about this, Nick G?
Oh my God!
Is it a replica? Is it a replica? Is it the real deal?
Oh my God!
The Porsche Spider.
James,
Look at this. I hope
James,
Nick
move
G's
him-
still
James,
here.
Move him over here for a second. James, move over here.
Gotcha. Watch out, honey. Just be careful. Wait for the light.
I am. There's only one more car.
Wow. Wowie kazowie.
Oh my God. Look how low I have to get to photograph it.
Yeah, it's not too high. Yeah, Jody Grubbs. Look at this.
This is crazy.
Jody Grubbs.
James, look.
I know. Look at the handle in there. Look at the little stick shift.
He's got the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, and a little helmet.
Oh my God.
Look at that dainty little stick shift. It does the job nicely, though.
Wow.
Oh,
look,
God, I
it's got
hope-
the Nürburgring sticker.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
Oh my God, it's
Take
hot.
a picture of that.
There's
don't
an
touch it.
spare tire in here, James.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick G. Yeah, Nick G, that's what I was worried about. It looks beautiful though, either way.
Jimmy, how much is this worth?
It could be a recreation like I thought. See the rims and tires look a little,
You really think so?
yeah.
I don't. You really think it's a recreation, Jim?
I think it might be. Is this yours?
I saw you before. I saw that waving doing a video.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing a Bob Dylan walking tour, but we got sidetracked.
Yeah, no, is that cool?
I mean,
Some people, it might be a recreation.
Yes,
We're not
some
sure.
people are not convinced that this is
Not
original.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a camera. I have not to know much, but it says Porsche.
I
Yeah.
know, but that
It
doesn't
still
mean
says
much.
that,
I know, right?
and that alone.
Right, of course.
It's a beauty. Either way.
Because I mean, I wouldn't be parking it on the street if it's original, because I mean, it's not like you can get parts for it.
And they got a helmet and the seat.
I
I
see
know.
that. Yeah,
The helmet's probably $100. I mean, $500.
exactly.
Yeah,
If you got a Porsche, it's a $500
They're
helmet.
very
Yeah.
trusting. I mean, like, you know, 'cause somebody could just grab that helmet and
course,
run
of
away. You know,
course.
they have New Jersey plates, so they're obviously not native New Yorkers.
Not street smart.
They're not street smart
No,
whatsoever,
no.
because I would never leave anything of value.
Even if it
in
is
an
a
open
replica.
car. Right, even if it's a replica.
Nick G, I'm going to show it. Good.
Oh, extra good.
Am I on camera now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want to say hi to
Hi,
anybody?
everybody. Hi, native New Yorkers. Yeah, I just live on the Bleecker in McDougall.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
We just met a woman who grew up on Cornelia Street, still lives there today. She's 55 years old.
Wow.
So
59.
I've been there for
55,
41 years.
Nice.
extra good.
Long time. Rent stabilized.
You're lucky. Hang on to that apartment.
You
Don't-
guys are in the East Village, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
we live in the East Village.
I like the East Village. Very
We
eclectic.
do too, because
Very eclectic.
we love all the small little independent stores.
And
That's
you still
what.
got them there.
Yeah, to a degree.
The
I mean,
footprint's so small, nothing big can go
right.
in there.
That's
Right,
what
of
it
course.
is.
Oh,
Like
very small.
right,
Yeah,
like a lot
yeah.
of chain stores, they don't want to move in because it's only like
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, yeah, the square footage of
150
these
square
places
feet.
are so small.
I know. That's the
They're
thing.
like kiosks almost.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. But guys, look at this.
Maybe you're gonna meet them when they come out.
Exactly. What do you think? You think it's original? What do you think?
Honey, here's the owner.
Oh, here's the owner right here. Okay, we're live
boys check
streamers.
this.
I didn't want to disturb you, that's why I didn't go in there.
No,
I didn't go in the frame.
no, right. We were. First of all,
famous.
we said we were watching for you. We were very worried that somebody would take the helmet from your car because,
Very
because
worried.
we're. I mean, I'm born and raised in the Bronx, and if it's not tied to you with a chain.
It's gone.
With a like a
Right.
really heavy chain, then it's stolen.
Like always
And
have your hand on your bag.
I learned that.
Always.
I learned that in the
Never
around your ankle when you're sitting
1970s, and in my mind, I
is
can't
it a
get that
Porsche?
out of mind. Yeah. So tell us about the car.
It's a replica.
Okay.
Okay.
The real ones, they didn't make that many.
Right.
There's a guy who has a factory in Ohio and Connecticut. He made a bunch of them. So it's like it's not a kid car, it's a replica.
Right. It's a replica. Right.
Yeah. So,
And what year was it? A replica of what?
55.
1955.
550 Spider.
How did you come to it? You sought
Right.
it out, or did you?
Right.
No, so somebody's dad was selling it. This is like, oh God, 30 years ago. And I bought it.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't working.
How much you pay for it, if you might ask him?
That time I paid almost 110,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it has a lot of viewers today.
Huh?
A lot of people are checking it out.
Yeah.
This is my favorite pizza store. Joe's.
Oh, it's his
Joe's,
too.
of course.
Is
It's
that
his
right?
too.
Yeah.
Wait.
I always come.
What
here.
is your name?
Jay?
Jay.
Jay.
Look, I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
share-
give you something.
I'm gonna give you something.
Okay.
Hold on. Jay, because you've been so nice talking to us and
The
our
sticker.
channel.
Yeah. See? Something for the bumper.
Not to put on your car because we don't want maybe on your helmet.
That's your helmet. That's your $500 helmet.
That's we are. We're YouTubers. This is Hudson. He's the pizza king. His favorite pizza is Joe's Pizza.
What else you like?
What other pizza
Have a great
places?
day.
You
Oh,
too. Nice
meeting
seeing you.
Nice one.
These are our three favorite pizza spots. Besides Joe's is a classic New York slice.
You can't
But
go
for,
wrong.
For margarita, Bleecker Street Pizza. They're Nana Maria.
No, for
Bleecker Street Pizza.
margarita, I go for Grimaldi's.
Grimaldi's, we've had it, but
Vito's Slices and
Vito's
Ices.
Slices and Ices.
Who?
36th Street and 9th Avenue. It's a newer place,
Oh, is that right?
but the guy's authentic. And he makes his own homemade Italian ices too, like with real fruit.
Lime Ricky.
Vito's.
Yeah.
Vito's Ices and Slices.
And he makes his own ice. So
And on Kenmore Street in Nolita, also Nolita Pizza, also very, very good there, their pizza.
That I heard about. I never been there, but I heard about.
The guy that owns it used to work at Bleecker Street Pizza.
Ah, okay.
Look
Now,
at that.
those are our top pizzerias. Yeah, look, you're attracting.
You got to bring a beach chair and just.
Hey, listen, I love my car, and when it's nice, I just take it out.
So,
Exactly. That's what it's for.
You drive it, right? It's not just like sit in the garage like some people, they don't drive their car.
A museum
because,
piece.
Right, like Jay Leno, he's got like thousands of cars. I mean, he drives his he's got so many. How much could he possibly drive each one? Or Jerry Seinfeld, like he collects Porsches.
Have you ever met up with him?
I met him, yes. And he had a real one, 2 of them.
No, the real version of this.
If you don't know, you can't tell.
And how much do you think a real one, like?
If you can find one.
And Jerry Seinfeld, he has 2.
7 million. No, he sold it.
He
7
sold
million.
it.
If you,
7 million.
If you can find one.
Wow.
And he will never run properly because it's 55.
Right.
Wow.
The parts are like, you can't buy parts because.
Right. Well, that's why I was so worried for it parked on the street. I was just like, oh my God,
Yeah,
what if somebody hit it? I would be so nervous.
Fully insured, no problem.
Okay, good. Now, so what would you say would be like if you were going to sell it today? Like what do you think its value would be today?
The brand new one like that, if you go to the factory,
Right.
it'll go for like 300,000 hopefully.
And what about this replica that you have?
That's a 300,000.
300,000 from the
From the Allied, Allied.
So the company that makes the replicas, they're still in business
Yeah,
today.
they make back makes it for maybe 80,000-90,000. So it fluctuates from who you buy from.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right. Somebody's saying in the chat, did you know that Jay Leno never had a Ferrari in his collection? Well, but this is a Porsche. This isn't a Ferrari, guys. Did Jay Leno have Porsches in his collection? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, he does.
He does.
Sure
he does. Okay, yeah, he does.
He does.
And I mean, I love the color because we're big fans of silver anyway. So
Porsche,
I
Porsche
love
has to be
it.
silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys live around?
We live in the East Village, but we're always around here because it's our favorite spot. Hudson loves coming over because A, the pizza, and B, the tree-lined streets keep it cooler. He's 11 years old now, so we have to watch. He can get overheated, so we like to be where it's a little cooler. Sometimes the East Village, it doesn't have as much trees.
No.
Now, do you have any other cars?
Yeah.
I have too many cars.
Oh,
What's
so
your
he's.
favorite daily driver?
I have a 911.
Nice.
Oh, he is a nine.
That's
He is a
what our friend in
911.
our chat
Ah. What year 911 do you have?
2005.
Nice.
2005 911 and manual, right? No,
All right.
no automatics.
Look at this one. She will love this one. I'm sure.
All right. Okay, here we go. We're getting out, guys. We've gotten sidetracked from our Bob Dylan tour. We apologize.
That's one you will love.
Oh
That's
my
good.
God! Look at it. It's got a
Yeah, that's
smiley
great.
face.
Yeah, the smile.
That's that one.
Oh.
There's
I got that one.
Oh wow!
the Magnum
I
PI.
got that one.
Wow!
And I got that one.
Oh my God! You must have a big garage in New Jersey.
Oh, I do. And that's my daily driver.
It is his car.
My daily driver.
That's his daily.
Oh, nice.
That's his 911 that he drives
Likes
on a
the
daily
cabrios.
basis.
But summertime, you'll never catch me 911.
No.
I just always like have
Nice.
You always.
I like open cars,
Nice.
So
nice.
10, see? Catch me.
Yeah, you got the farmer
Now,
tan.
do you know how to? Do you work on them yourself?
Yes.
Ah, see now that's see, he knows cars, so he works on them himself. Because honestly, when you have so many, like you really got to know what you're doing because they.
Oh yeah, you could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Talk to
Thank
us.
you.
Nice talking to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well. So guys, this was amazing. Meeting the owner of the car. Extra good.
Yep.
Nick G says that's the same as mine. It's a 996.
Nice.
George says, but I bet Jay Leno doesn't have a Hudson sticker.
No, he
right
does
now
not.
he has a Hudson pizza sticker.
doesn't.
He drove here in this car from New Jersey because he loves Joe's Pizza. So he and Hudson have something in common. So guys, look at that. There it is. Bye-bye.
He just stands there all day.
He just stands there watching his car.
See, I want to look up if he has ties to the place that makes these
Right.
replicas. He's always a salesman.
Yeah. Wow, but he paid over 100,000, and if you wanted to get one today, it would be over 300,000.
Yeah.
But the real, not replica, would be over $7 million.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld had two.
Jerry Seinfeld had two and sold them.
That's Jerry, I'll tell you.
I guess Jerry needed the money.
Yeah.
So guys, back to the Bob Dylan walking tour.
He bounced Nana's check.
Yeah, he bounced Nana's check. He had to sell the $7 million Porsche. Oh my God, James, you're making me laugh. He bounced Nana's check.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this cutie coming across the street.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, he's got a bounce in his step. Hi, cutie. Hi. He's very friendly.
All right.
I saw him coming across the street. I said, oh my God, I could tell he wants to say hi to Mr. Hudson. Who's this?
This is Cooper.
Hi, Cooper.
This is Hudson.
Yeah, they like each other.
Reading the P-mail.
Yeah, that's what we call it, reading the P-mail. Yeah.
Hey.
Nick G says, I think Steve McQueen died in one of those speedsters, James. That Steve McQueen died in one of those speedsters.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. So hold
know.
on, I got to get the battery.
Because you notice there's no roll cage behind the driver. So if that thing rolls over, it goes flat.
That's why he has a helmet.
Right, the windshield folds up.
Hold on.
It's right on your noggin the whole way to the car. So you got to be careful in those. He has a helmet. That's still, you know, it's from a different time, a different era.
James, can you take this
Yep.
carefully?
Take this job
No.
and shove it.
Carefully.
All right.
And
Johnny Paycheck.
put it carefully in the front of this.
Yep.
Front.
Here we go.
Perfect. Extra good. So guys, we're still doing our Bob Dylan walking tour. As usual, if you're new to our channel, you will quickly realize that James and Karla, as they walk, we find various people to talk to and chat with, and we might go off on like a little side tangent, if you will. Now we're going to talk about another famous spot. And we're going to go down this quiet lane, Minetta Lane, to another spot associated with none other than Bob Dylan. We're going to go
Minetta Lane and Minetta Street.
right, and we're showcasing the backside of the backside of 105 McDougall Street. Now, the reason I chose to highlight the back of it is because the front of it is very, very, very busy all the time with people, because there's a pizzeria and there's a lot of things happening. So we came around the back area because it's usually more quiet. This is the back of 105 McDougall Street, which used to be the cafe called The Commons. And according to the late folks, this song blowing in the wind right here at 105 McDougall Street. We're on the back door to like what would have been the cafe called The Commons. We're gonna go around to the front of it in a minute, but first we're gonna stop at another spot. Oh, transmission's unstable. I don't know if anybody heard. Let me know if you heard anything of the story that I just recounted about Bob Dylan. If not, I think I'm just going to go around to the front of it. James, why don't we just go ahead and go around to the front of it? Yeah, Andy Wood, I know Bob Dylan is still alive. We never said he wasn't alive. We're talking about all the spots that Bob Dylan used to frequent when he resided in New York City. Bob Dylan no longer, right? We know he's still alive, but he doesn't live here anymore. Right? He doesn't live in this neighborhood anymore. Right? Yeah, I know. There's no. James, this way. 105. So we're gonna go to the front part because for some reason the back area of 105 McDougall Street. Oh my God! Look at this Maserati on the street, guys. What is it with the cars parked on the street today? Look at this Maserati. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this Maserati MC. Look at this. The paint changes color. I'm looking at it and the paint is changing color before my eyes. It's a color changing paint. Guys, the paint is changing color. This is the new Maserati. How much does this thing work? What is this, $1 million?
No, 300.
This is like 300,000?
Yeah, pretty.
This crazy car, it's changing
Brand new.
colors. It's a changey. It's like Star Wars, it's a changey. It's like an iridescent changing color paint. And look at the blue, look at the seats. It's got the blue trim. Wow, this is like the big deal over here. Oh, his face is like, Bob Dylan died in a Maserati? No. This does not have anything to do with Bob Dylan. I know we're doing a Bob Dylan walking tour. This has nothing to do with Bob Dylan. It was just an expensive car that I couldn't believe is parked on the street. Did you see who belongs to? Did you see them get out of the car?
I just got here.
You just got here and the car was here.
This came out this year.
This is brand new. Is this somebody that's in the restaurant? Oh, is it somebody famous?
Wait, no, I think you did.
We're asking the hostess, is the person who owns this car in the
Good
restaurant?
tipper.
And she said yes. And we asked if are they a good tipper. She does not know because
Not yet.
they haven't left a tip yet. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to walk around for a while and come back because we want to know.
Check back later.
Listen, this person just paid over $300,000 for this car. They can afford a good tip. You should tell the waitress. Exactly. So they shouldn't be, skipping, only leaving like 10%. They should do, 40%, 50%.
Ordering water.
Oh, yeah, they shouldn't be just ordering water or something like that. Yeah. Bring out the big bucks for them.
Big bucks, right, Hudson?
Is he a celebrity? No, she didn't recognize who it was, but I mean, it was Bob Dylan. Yeah. So listen, 105, James, we went past 105. This is 103. This is 103. But this is 105. We got to go back to 105 McDougall Street. So somewhere in this cafe, somewhere in Pappas, is the owner of that car. Now here we are at 105. Here it is. 105 McDougall Street used to be the cafe called the Commons. And according to the late folk singer David Blue, he and Bob Dylan were sitting down having coffee at the Commons, and Bob just started scribbling on a paper napkin, and what he was scribbling became blowing in the wind.
Yeah, that's
So that's an awesome story right here at 105 McDougall Street. Now we're gonna go to the next spot. We're gonna zigzag. So now let's go to our next spot. You ready, guys? Next spot from the Bob Dylan walking tour. And again, don't worry if I get sidetracked. Our next spot on the infamous Bob Dylan walking tour is Cafe Wa. Now, Cafe Wa is very famous because when Robert Zimmerman, now that's, Bob Dylan did not have the name Bob Dylan when he came to New York City. His name was Robert Zimmerman. He got off the bus, he arrived in New York City, and the first place he went to was right here, Cafe Wa, on January 3rd, 1961.
Right.
That's the date that he arrived in New York City, January 3rd, 1961. And he went into Cafe Wa and he met the MC there and, asked, can he get a gig? And the guy said, well, what do you play? And he played the harmonica for him and the guy hired him on the spot. And later on, he met the owner, Manny Roth, and you might recognize that last name, Roth. Yes, that's related to David Roth. He met Manny Roth, and Manny Roth, hired him to perform here. So this is really the first place where Bob Dylan performed in New York City. Right here. His name was Robert Zimmerman then. He did not go by the name Bob Dylan then. As if you've been watching this tour, he came up with the name Bob Dylan based on the first place that we visited in this Bob Dylan walking tour, which was he named himself Bob Dylan because he was a fan of Dylan Thomas, who drank at White Horse Tavern, which we also showed on this tour. So this is the Cafe Wa. Now, James, I'm going to go inside for a second over here.
Yep.
You're going to hold this and that in your that. And do you want to talk about, some of the early performances or something like that?
Yeah, when Bob first started playing, he was very concerned with entertaining the audience. He was funny. He made the audience laugh. He brought them in with humor and storytelling, jokes, and then of course as his stage persona evolved, I'm sure he did Oscar Diaz, but he never performed there. I mean, we have pictures of Bob hanging out with Springsteen, hanging out with everybody. I don't know if CBGB's was Bob's scene though. And then slowly, as Bob got more famous, he didn't give a, patootie about what people thought or if they were engaged or not. Yes, so many things. Springsteen had an early performances here. Hendrix. See, the Bob Dylan birthday celebration was May 24th. Just beautiful. Nice. David Lee Roth. Travel. This is Moneta Tavern on the corner. Yeah, exactly, Oscar Diaz. At that time, Bob, as a folk singer, from what I understand, believe me, there's Dylanologists that know every inside and out, every phrase the man ever uttered. So I'm no way a Bob expert, but from what I understand, Bob, as a folk singer, lasted very quickly. And Bob was already moving on to the next thing. The electric, rock and roll, Nashville sound, Blonde and Blonde, Yeah, can you imagine Ollie Roger, that single? Can you imagine Ollie Roger, great point, B-side of Blowing Her Wind, Don't Think Twice, It's Alright, my God. Yeah, the Hinky Dinky. The Rinky Dinky Doo. And I just got a Bob Dylan live recording. And it shows in the inner jacket this view right here. From the 50s. Very cool. And this is it. Cafe Wa. Yeah, Wolfgang Production 7. Yeah, rock and roll. Exactly, Jack Rabb. He got lumped as this protest singer. And there's a famous quote by Dylan. He's like, give me a song and I'll protest about it. Or give me something and I'll protest. I'm quite the protest singer. He's being sarcastic because he got lumped into this. They wanted to make him like poster boy of the 60s, folk counterculture, anti this and that movement, and Bob wasn't having it. He was not having any of that. And you notice The thing that I like about Bob is when he's criticizing, let's say, the government, he doesn't come out and hit you on the head with it. You know, he does it very cleverly and very he's a wordsmith. You know, he doesn't come out and say this person's terrible or I hate this person or that person. In government, he mocks them. Unmerciful in the song. And if you know what he's doing and what he's talking about, you see the brilliance of that. Because it's timeless. Hey, Elite Golds, LLCC. Yeah, Wolfgang Productions, exactly. Yeah, Masters of War. Perfect example, Alex Burrell. Perfect example, Masters of War. Only a pawn in their game, another one. Only a pawn in their game. Sang that in Washington, D.C. Ruined everybody's afternoon at the big political folk rally. Absolutely devastated the mood by singing Only a Pawn in Their Game. Karla's just talking to these guys here real quick. She ran into Minetta Tavern. We're on McDougall in Minetta. One of my favorite little areas of the village. I mean, now it's very, you know, it's changed, as all New York City does. Hey, Shirley, popping in. Welcome aboard, Shirley. You have a nice night, Nick G. Thanks for popping in. Glad you were here for the replica. That was interesting to see. Just listen to Bob Dylan's Real Live album, an album that gets derided, overlooked. We found it in a $2 bin. And it's a shame. It's a brilliant live album. Alan the Homie Food, $5. Sweet Boy Hudson. Just got home from covering the whole Puerto Rican Day Parade. Nice job, Alan. Hope you're resting up, cooling off after a long day. Yeah, movie Sleepers, yep. That was the one with Kevin Bacon, right? The movie Sleepers. Brenda Nelson, we're working on that as we speak. It's owned by, you know, a big restaurateur now. And we're working on that. Funny you should ask. Brenda Nelson, very good question. Nice, Wolfgang Productions, so the whole Seinfeld. Nice job. That's a great way to do it. Just go through it. Saw Kevin Bacon live. Yeah, the Bacon Boys or something like that, right? He's a musician as well. Oh, Gummy Bear, the new Grimace Shake. I was always a fan of the Shamrock Shake growing up. Yeah, Paul McDonough. I remember Flatliners for Kevin Bacon. He always does a nice job. Always a fan of Kevin Bacon. He is if Sleepers is the movie I'm thinking of, he played a despicable character. My gosh. Hey, Patricia Ivory, popping in today. Welcome aboard. You see, a lot of people try to skip traffic by going down Minetta. Well, you're fed right back out into 6th and you're going the opposite way. So it's not an ideal shortcut. 596. Welcome aboard. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. There's a beautiful, hey, Miriam Mancini, welcome aboard. There's a nice clip on YouTube of Van Morrison and Bob Dylan singing Irish Rover. Tell me a secret. In Greece. And they're just playing it on acoustic guitars. Very cool. Look at these beautiful streets over here. Just gorgeous. Carla ran into Minetta Tavern. One of the last spots we're making, contact with. We've been doing really well with the great bars in New York City book. The other day we just saw at the King Cole bar in the St. Regis Hotel. I'm going to wander down this way a little bit, make sure I have service still. I want to show you the ivy on the front of this place. Look at that. Yeah, a little pothole right there. Carla. Here comes Carla.
All right, guys, sorry about the small detour, but we
Yeah,
had to
Keith
get,
Havens, not too far from the truth. Says you're getting a shot of Jaeger.
Yeah, well, what we had to do is they have a new PR person, so that's why we weren't able to get anywhere
Get too
before.
far. Right.
Exactly.
I said it's one of the last places.
Right.
So we have to make contact with.
Right. We've been having difficulty getting in touch with the public relations team. We know who the owner is and everything like that, but I mean, that's not how one gains permission to photograph the interior. You have to go through the public relations department. So anyway, to make a long story short, that's right. We're set with Cafe Wa. We're moving on to our next spot. Our next spot is McDougall. Right. Is
in the basement over there.
There's actually, do we do Reggio first and then 116 and 1110?
116 and
So let's do
1110.
this first and then back.
116 is over this way.
No, let's do this first. Let's do Cafe Reggio first because
Yeah,
then we
go
gonna go to his apartment. Just
Gotcha. Beautiful.
there we go. There we go. All twisted. There we go. So guys, back to the regularly scheduled lineup of our walking tour of spots associated with Bob Dylan. And now we are going to highlight the gorgeous Cafe Reggio. Cafe Reggio, right here at 119 McDougall Street, was frequented by Bob Dylan when he lived nearby. Also, many other famous musicians and artists have hung out at Cafe Reggio. Right, including, it's actually a favorite spot of Patti Smith. Patti Smith has often been seen at Cafe Reggio. Now, Cafe Reggio is pretty famous because it's actually said to be the birthplace of cappuccino here in New York City. The owner of Cafe Reggio imported an amazing, I'll see if I can showcase it. Let's see if I can showcase it. Yes, there's no one sitting there. They imported this amazing machine from Italy to make cappuccino. Here it is. It's gorgeous. You see it has an angels. You see the angels? look at the angel on top. This is the original cappuccino machine that they imported, and it was the first place in New York City to serve cappuccino. They no longer use this, but it sits in a place of honor at the cafe. But just imagine Bob Dylan tucked away in the corner here. It's a really, really lovely spot. We've highlighted and dined here. Hello, how are you? Many times. They know us because they have this little outdoor dining area. We've had coffee and cappuccino and desserts here. But Bob Dylan used to hang out here. I mean, he wasn't known to write any songs in particular at Cafe Reggio, but he loved that spot. And when you go inside, you can just picture yourself like sitting there, like him, right, getting snarled out by Bob Dylan. Yeah, isn't it a gorgeous cappuccino machine? So it's been in business since 1927, and it's said to be the birthplace of cappuccino here in New York City, because the owner imported that machine. He spent his life savings bringing that machine from Italy here to New York City, and it's a wonderful spot. And if you have a connection to Bob Dylan, I encourage you to go and hang out there, because you can. Oh, look, I didn't know they sold t-shirts. Look, he's got the Cafe Watt t-shirt.
Nice t-shirt.
You guys sell them?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Come on.
Because we love Bob Dylan, and we love, you know.
Jimi Hendrix, a lot of bands, yeah.
You have them inside? Are you open that I can buy one, or no, it's not open to buy one? I have to come back
It's open, it's later.
later tonight.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Do you know how much they run?
Yeah, this is 28, 25 like that.
Oh, very reasonable.
What is
Perfect.
it?
We'll come back. Thank you. I love it. Guys, we'll come back, and we'll have to go to Cafe Wa when they're open, and we'll get one of the t-shirts. There it is, the basement spot where Bob Dylan got his start when he was known as Robert Zimmerman. He hadn't taken the name of Bob Dylan yet, but we'll come back and we'll get a t-shirt from there. James, won't that be cool?
Yeah, clean.
Yeah, so guys, we have only a few more spots left on our tour, our Bob Dylan walking tour. So here we go. – 116 and 110. James. Should be right over here somewhere. Here's 118. It should be right here. Okay, here we are, guys. The next spot on our tour, 116 McDougall Street, in the basement. You can't really see it now, but okay, here it is. 116. We're now Up and Up Cocktails. It used to be the Gaslight Cafe, and it's where Bob Dylan performed early in his career. And he even had an album here. James, you want to talk about the album?
Yeah.
Live
at the Gaslight.
Live at the Gaslight,
It's an
1962.
absolutely stunning document.
1962.
Yeah.
Live at the Gaslight.
Yeah, right here. And if you look in the inner sleeve, you open up, it's a digipack, which means the cardboard with the plastic insert. You open up, there's a picture of this section of the street.
James,
It's
somebody
absolutely
in the
lovely.
chat wants to see Hudson.
Oh, here's Hudson.
Here's Hudson. Here's Hudson
Yeah.
in front of where Bob Dylan.
Gaslight Cafe.
There he is. Hudson, what do you think? Bob Dylan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Bob Dylan fan.
There he goes. Okay.
How are you guys doing? Good? You know Bob Dylan? Yeah, you heard?
And then
That's
she
his
got
car.
like after, like, well,
So
like
she wouldn't shut up about it.
I'm just saying that's his car.
That's his
Are you
car.
kidding?
That's Bob Dylan. Loves the flashy cars.
Yeah.
He's always
If they think that's Bob Dylan's
he's into the
car,
glitz and glamour. Yeah. 110. I'm backing up. Here you go.
then- right here. We're there.
110.
Right there. So our left. Take that over, James.
Yeah. 110.
I'll talk about that. Yeah.
We're gonna move on.
So, the next spot on our tour is 110. Yep.
Let me go by.
110 McDougall Street. Hold on. I'm going to spin around. By the way, it's still here. It's still parked outside. the MC20. Still parked outside. So 110 McDougall Street used to be the Folklore Center. It was the epicenter of the folk music world. It was where Izzy Young introduced Dylan to Dave Von Ronk, who arranged his first concert at Carnegie Hall. So this was a famous folk music spot, 110 McDougall Street, right here. 110 McDougall Street. It's a little different right now. You know, it's not much to do with folk music right here at all anymore. It's, you know, it's changed, just like, you know, New York has changed.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it's a folk music epicenter anymore. I would say it's more like a weed epicenter.
Well, in reality, I was saying when you were in
But
Nevada,
right, but in reality, everyone
Bob
smoked weed.
was only a folk artist for like the first half of you know, like the first half of a year when he put that first album out, his self-titled Bob Dylan.
Right, that's a good point.
And then after the next couple albums, he revisited some of that. But then he moved on. You know, he moved on. He didn't like that label of a folk singer.
Paul McDonough thinks it's hysterical that a bike is tied to a tree.
I don't know.
A bike is a bike is tied to a tree, and then there's a Maserati right there. He thinks it's hysterical. The bike right here, and then that Maserati that's 300,000 parked right there. It's kind of like a.
That's New York for you.
Right, exactly. That is New York. That shows you the size of
New York. Let me show you why. Look, the Maserati costs. That was that the range costs. The bike
Right.
$1,200. This bike $1,400. New York City for you.
Right.
Waste of money. Benz alone. Come on, man. New York City for you.
But I asked, you know, like I said, oh, is that guy? I asked the maitre d' at the Papas. That's where the owner of that. Did you see the owner come out of there?
No.
And she said he's in there eating, and I said, well, who is it? Is it a celebrity? She says, I don't recognize him. That's but, and I said, well, has he left a tip yet? She says he hasn't. I'm like, well, you got to let us know. Is he a good tipper? Because he did buy a $350,000 car.
Or rented it.
That's true. He could be, you know, but that's Miami style.
That's also out here. They do it in New York sometimes.
That's true.
I found out this out because I got a couple of friends that thought they were like stunting.
They were balling, right? They thought they were balling.
You see, said that was a rental.
Yeah.
So I understand.
But you know, like in Miami, you see all those cars all the
but
time.
Miami is the capital of stunt. That's a capital of stunt.
Yeah, exactly. It's
capital
all
of stunt.
glitz and no substance.
That's right.
Exactly.
All glitz, no glam.
Yeah.
And really no substance at all.
Right.
and you're absolutely right about that one. See, at least New York, we got a little razzle dazzle here. We got a lot of substance. We got different melting pots. That's why. You can go somewhere else like Brooklyn, or you go like the Bronx.
I know. That's where I grew up. I'm from Kingsbridge.
So you
I
understand.
know.
I'm from Good Hill, White Plains. So we the Bronxites. We Bronxites. We know.
That's
so
it.
it's a big difference. You got a whole different world when you get out there.
Everybody's like, oh, where's that? I'm like, oh, you get on the train and you just keep on going.
All the way to the last stop.
Exactly.
Tell them take the D train all the way to
keep
or
on
take the
going.
4 train, whichever train you want, but
Right.
you're gonna end up on Kingsbridge.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Just keep on going. Don't get off. Don't get off at Yankee Stadium. No.
Don't worry about that.
You
gotta go past Fordham Road. Once you see Fordham Road, you say, okay, I'm almost there.
Exactly.
Other than that, don't do none of that. Nah,
Don't fall asleep, otherwise you're gonna be in the yard.
My kid's grandmother
That's it.
lived right there on Kingsbridge Terrace.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, you know they say they're gonna do something with the armory there.
Yeah,
like they said they were gonna be a soccer stadium.
They've been wanting to do something since I was little. You remember?
Believe me,
since I was little.
Since 1970s, they said they're gonna do something with
they've
that
been wanting to do
place.
something since 1980s.
Right.
She said 70s, 80s,
Right.
90s, 2000s. They
Right. Still not.
the armory. You know, only thing they used to do in there, we used to race in there. There's a live track in there, and you can literally go in the armory, and they got every school that has a track and team. We used to go to the armory to race because they have a big track.
I wasn't part of track, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a big track in the armory.
Right, because the guys had to train in there.
Right. So they used to go to the armory to race.
Right,
but
right.
now, after I think it was 2000, when did I graduate? 2005, 2006. So about 2005, 2006, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2007, they stopped that because I remember the track girls was upset because they was like, oh, we got to run track now in the indoor school gym sometime or out here, which
Right.
we had a big track program in Truman.
Right.
So I was like,
Oh,
yo.
is that where you went, Truman
Yeah, I went to
High?
Truman.
Oh,
Yeah, I
cool,
went to Truman.
cool.
So when I was like, yo, so what about the Armory? That's like they shutting it down because they were supposed to be making something like
Yeah.
a mall or whatever the hell they was
Yeah,
making.
it was always
and that was
something.
2007, 2009.
Right.
And look at it now. It still ain't nothing. It's still,
Right.
still a broken building.
Right. And then bring no jobs to the
Nope.
Bronx or nothing.
Nope.
Like they promised, you know.
And then they claim that the poverty rate and everywhere else is going down, but you keep sending more poverty rate towards the Bronx.
Exactly.
The only borough that gets hit the hardest is the Bronx.
I know.
The Bronx is still on fire. A little sad to say it, it's still on fire to this day. You got people that gotta. I'm from the Bronx, and I gotta leave the Bronx to come to work out here in Manhattan because there's no money up there.
Yeah, there are people, like I talked to the guys, I went to a little store yesterday to get some pastries. I asked the guy, oh, do you live in the neighborhood? He goes, I used to, but I can't afford it anymore. He's like, I moved back home to Jersey now, and he commutes in just to work
Just to
in
work.
a
I have
restaurant.
a friend named Todd that does the same thing.
Exactly. I mean, you know,
I got a
that's
friend
it's
named
not
Todd
right.
does the same thing. He has to come from Jersey to work here because the money
Right.
value to live in Jersey from New York is better than the money value to live in New York from New York.
Exactly.
That's bad for business.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
Great
Thank
meeting
you
you. What's
so
your name?
much. I'm Carla.
Carla, great to
Yes.
meet you, Carla. I'm Jamal. Everybody call me
Jamal,
JJ.
nice to meet you.
All
You,
right.
you stay cool. Everything good.
We try our
Keep
best.
an eye. See, watch.
I know. I see.
Yeah,
I seen it. I seen it. I'm down with you. I saw what you was doing.
See, watch who comes in and goes in there. Let's see if it's if he
it's
like
worth it.
Right. If it's really his car, maybe you're right. Because and that's like look at that car. It's like the changey car. See, it's like
Yeah, it
that.
changes
Like,
colors.
No,
yeah.
it's got color different
It got that
It got color
iridescent.
angle, yeah. That's dope.
All right. Take care. Bye, guys. So they didn't see who owns that car either. Yeah, I know. I like her, right? She's authentico. She's perfect. Look at Hudson's. Hudson's like, that's me if I don't get some pizza to eat. I'm going to be a skeleton. Look, they're not giving me enough food. I'm going to be a skeleton before you know it. Adriana Rodriguez was like, oh my God, he talks so fast. Yeah, that's a New Yorker for you. You know, he's born in the Bronx. Like, you got to talk fast. You got to get it out there. Get it out quick. That's too quick. So guys, one more stop left on our little tour here. Well, actually two.
That's where New Coltrane.
Yes. Oh, we got to talk about that. Guys, we have a few more stops left in our Bob Dylan walking tour. I keep on saying that there's only one more stop and then there's like three more. Yeah, that was the fifth last stop. And then Carla talks to something totally unrelated to Bob Dylan, and we never get finished. Guys, that's the joy of coming along on our walking tour. You never know what to expect. Expect the unexpected. Wow, guys, tripping hazard.
Yeah, slip and
Be
fall.
careful. That looks like a lawsuit ready to
You
ready to
attorneys out
happen.
there. Hey, look, they're tearing down there.
Okay, so here we go. Oh, they're tearing down the, Oh, yeah, right. Guys, all right, here we go. Another stop on our Bob Dylan walking tour.
Yep.
94 McDougall Street.
94.
94 McDougall Street is where Bob Dylan lived for a very brief period of time. He moved here from Woodstock, New York.
Yep.
Now, James will talk about what happened to Bob in Woodstock. He lived here in 1969 with his wife and children. And he moved from Woodstock because that's when he was famous. Like his popularity.
people followed him up there.
People followed him
Up there.
up to Woodstock. You know, he had those modest apartments here in New York
He
City.
called them freeloaders and creeps.
Right. He moved to Woodstock because he thought, okay, I'm out of the city, and
Yeah.
people will leave me alone. Like my fans
In his book Chronicles,
won't come bothering me.
He was
and
woken up at like 2, 3 a.m. with people walking on the roof of his
right,
house.
they would go onto his property. They would start walking on the roof of his house, trying to get into his house,
Right. But then when
bothering
he
his
moved
family.
here,
So he moved
They
back to
started
New
going
York.
through his garbage.
Right, and then he started going through his garbage. So imagine, he's living here at 94 McDougall Street, and they're going through his garbage right here. going through his garbage, you know, looking for scraps, maybe looking for like a napkin with some lyrics written on it.
Yeah, maybe a reel-to-reel tape of outtakes or
Yeah, God knows what they're looking for.
demo tapes.
And he got so harassed that he left here. He hardly lived here. Like, he barely lived here for a year. So 1969, and then he moved out and he moved to Malibu. So, you know, that was
he
it.
had it.
Yeah, he had it. But look at that. I mean, I can just imagine just going down these steps.
And remember, there was like a famous awards ceremony where they introduced Bob as the voice of the generation. And it drove Bob absolutely crazy why they would say that. And the good place to start reading about Bob is his own book, Chronicles, Volume 1. I hope there's 10 volumes, but Volume 1 is just great to read. And it talks about, you know.
Yeah, fans with no boundaries. Exactly, Grant Link. So, I mean, that was, you know, basically that's why he doesn't live in New York City anymore, because it's just, you know, he's more, I guess you could say, reclusive, right? And, you know, he just couldn't deal with it. Just couldn't deal with it.
He's a song and dance man.
Right.
That's what he likes to say. Nothing more.
Exactly. Right, he doesn't, you know, he doesn't want to, like, just be overrun with fans, like, bothering him, invading his personal space.
The voice of the generation thing from the Rays.
Right, invading his personal
He's like, I'm not
space.
the voice of anything.
Right. Unlike, you know, like we ran into Sarah Jessica Parker's husband coming home on his bicycle.
Well, that's not even the same. Ferris Bueller.
Right, but I mean, you know, I'm just saying they still, not to compare, but they don't just live on a, you know, in a townhouse that you know, people can just park themselves outside if they wanted to.
Right.
He is in London right now.
So guys, we're walking down Bleecker Street now. We're headed to our next stop on our Bob Dylan walking tour. This has become an epic walking tour, I tell you. And because we had a lot of side journeys as well.
Yeah, we did.
Hasn't it been rather epic, James?
Yeah, epic.
We're headed to none other than the Village Gate. Now, there's a new recording, you said, James?
Well, uncovered.
Uncovered.
Newly discovered in the New York Public Library archives when they were looking for Dylan material.
Oh, Lisa,
a John Coltrane recording.
Oh, Lisa UK girl said, I love when you saw SJP's husband, as I adore Sarah Jessica Parker. Guys, we put up on our Instagram the other day, it's the 25-year anniversary it was last week of Sarah Jessica Parker. Right.
Up here at where the Village Gate is.
Look at this. If you need a Father's Day present, I want to show you. This has nothing to do with Bob Dylan, but this is a beautiful chocolatier, Lilac Chocolates. It's been in business since 1923. They make their homemade chocolates. And look at these chocolates that you can get for Father's Day. Look at that. A chocolate football, a chocolate car. Look, James, I wonder if they have a Porsche. Come here.
Yeah, look at that. Nice.
And what's that? Oh, golf bag.
Yeah, golf bag.
Oh my God.
For Father's Day.
For Father's Day.
I wonder if they have a BMW E46 M3.
Aw.
That'd be cute, right?
Yeah.
For Karla. Here,
But this is interesting. We'll go past it and then double back. So guys, the building is under scaffolding now, but this is the location of the Village Gate. Now, you really can't see it. You can't really see it. There's a great old sign. I don't think they're waiting for Bob Dylan, James. I don't think they're waiting for a Bob Dylan reunion concert. Okay, watch out, James. Watch out. Watch out. We got to go across the street. Yeah. Be careful. There's all sorts of problems here.
over here.
Guys, we're gonna look and see if we can still see they have an old neon sign.
See it?
Oh, you can barely see it. James, you wanna hold it?
Village Gate. See it
Wait,
up there,
wait.
guys?
Take this away.
And you know we're lining up to get the new John Coltrane live recording, live at the Village Gate. There's the top of the sign right in here.
Right.
See, it says Art Deluxe Village, and that's the Village Gate.
Right. Now, the Village Gate in 1962, Dylan.
I want to make sure he's not eating anything.
In 1962, Dylan lived with Chip Monk in the basement of the building where the Village Gate Theater is. And he worked on A Hard Rains Are Gonna Fall right here. So, right here, the Village Gate Theater. I mean, you can't really see the building too well. There used to be a great neon sign with some marquee lights. All that's left is a little V now.
Yeah, and it says Art Deluxe Lugo.
That's it. That's all that's left.
Yeah, see it, Art Deluxe.
Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta get away from that because that sounds. I'm gonna cross the street, James. Okay. Hold on, guys. I have to. All right, finally. Yeah, that's what. That's our. No, let them walk. Okay. So we got one more stop on our Bob Dylan walking tour, guys. We've covered a lot of ground today. A lot of ground. Here we are. Our last stop on our Bob. Right, our last stop on our Bob Dylan walking tour, aptly named The Bitter End, located at 147 Bleecker Street, right off LaGuardia Place. That's where we are now. The Bitter End, 147 Bleecker Street. This was a coffee house and folk music venue that opened in 1961. You see, celebrating our 60th year on April 9th. So it opened in 1961, and in the 1970s, Bob Dylan hung out at the Bitter End and started the Rolling Thunder Review.
They got some hat on over there. It looks like a Bob Dylan hat.
Started the Rolling Thunder Review.
Yeah, and that's an amazing tour in there. They're on Netflix now. You can find the documentary.
Right, and he also hung out at the Bitter End when he recorded his album Desire. So what could be a better ending to our Bob Dylan walking tour than to highlight the Bitter End, the sweet beginning of our 60th year on April 9th. They just celebrated Paul Colby's The Bitter End.
It's funny.
Oh, Paul McDougall says, I have been The Bitter End and Peculiar Bar. Both.
That's right over there.
Oh,
That's
yes.
it, right next door.
The Peculiar Bar is right next door.
Yeah.
When I returned to Georgia from New York City, I noticed how slow people walk here. Adriana Rodriguez is laughing. Yes, Karla walks fast, right?
Yeah.
You got to be quick. My favorite Dylan song is She Belongs to Me, says Thula.
Nice. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like
Jack Rabb said this was so cool. Yeah, guys, I hope you have been enjoying our Bob Dylan walking tour. Plus, many more interesting highlights, tidbits.
Along the way.
Yeah, we saw really cool cars. We saw that old Land Rover.
Yeah, Land Rover.
We saw the kit of the Porsche. What was that, a Spider?
Yeah.
I mean, and that crazy McLaren. I mean, wow. Paul McDonough says, correction. I should have said I crawled out of the Bitter End.
And over to the Peculiar Pub.
Michelle Klotz says, New Yorkers walk fast. We got places to go. Ha ha. I've been to Louisiana and I was annoyed with how slow they walk down there. They meander.
Yeah, but guys, this has been super fun for me.
Yeah, I mean...
I hope we made even a dent in your interest in Bob Dylan.
Fantastico.
I could literally do, what?
Right.
10-hour, like a week of 10-hour walking tours.
Yeah.
Just talking about Bob and his influence. And
right, we only scratch the surface. We only spend a couple of minutes
when you were
in each
in
one.
When you were in Moneta Tavern, I said that there's Dylanologists.
Oh.
I mean, people that just study
Yeah.
every word. Like what T-shirt he's wearing on certain album covers. And
Exactly.
and the meanings and the,
Right, and you were talking about his pose on on Freewheel and Bob Dylan, like
Exactly.
how it's like, you know, Susie is like, you know,
she's clutching onto
clutching
him, but he's
onto
very
him.
detached.
But he's like, you know, like that.
No, he's very self-confident, detached.
Exactly.
And guys, I hope you
Like
enjoyed.
self-confident like Hudson.
Right.
So
Don't even get
guys,
us started.
So tomorrow, we are going to. Tomorrow we're gonna live stream, and we're gonna talk about music. Right. Let's talk about some more Dylan things tomorrow. So we'll recap some of the highlights of today's tour.
We'll show you the
And we'll show you some of our vinyl albums.
the biograph.
The biograph, yeah.
5 LP box set is a great place to start.
Yes, right. If you guys,
If you say Jesus, you
right,
know,
say you don't have any Dylan,
and
now,
it's very intimidating.
right. Say we've piqued your interest in Bob
Right.
Dylan today, right?
Right. You say, what is all this about?
Right. Like I don't really know his music that much. Like I've
Right.
heard of him, but I really haven't listened.
Right.
Where do I start? James
Right.
will walk you through it tomorrow.
Yeah, how
we
to-
will show you some of our
how to
vinyl
approach
albums. Exactly. How to approach it
Right.
from A
Just
to
like
Z.
we do with Coltrane.
Right, like we did with Coltrane. That
Guys,
sounds perfect.
thanks
so
so
guys,
much.
thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chats and super stickers. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to our channel.
It's
It really
free.
helps our channel grow.
Subscribing is free.
And remember, we do have channel merchandise.
Yes.
Including tote bags.
Thank you, Joe
So if
Burgess.
you're looking for a Father's Day gift, we
Thanks,
have
sir.
tote bags, we
Oh.
have mugs, we have
Make great
t-shirts.
Father's Day gifts.
Yeah, we have everything. Check out our channel merchandise
Hudson
store.
signing off. Guys,
Thanks,
thanks for
guys.
hanging out with us on your Sunday.
We'll
Have a
see you
nice
guys
rest of the
soon.
day.